how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boyos. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream. How are all of you doing today? Yo, Patrick Keppa, my man, I see you over here. I see you. Thank you so much for resubbing as a it's not subscription really, it's membership. How like resubbing on Twitch works, but like it's not resubbing, remembering, I guess. I don't really know. What do you re-signing up for members? I don't know. What is the word that you would use? There's no smooth transition off that, dude. I can't do that. I gotta figure something out. How you boys all doing? Thank you so much for becoming a member yet again for yet another month. My man, thank you so much, my dude. How you boys all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. Hope all of you having a wonderfully beautiful day. Let me know if the audio is scuffed for one reason or another. No reason why it should be, but just checking. How you all doing? Welcome, welcome. We got some duels for the day, boys. How are all you doing? We're ready? Perfect, perfect. Let me get the music back up and running. We'll get the tunes back up in here. Hope all of you guys are doing good, man. Hope all of you are doing great. What's up, Pog? What's up, Dell? What's up, Watch Stuff? We got ourselves Jesus Dropsy. We got ourselves Capitana, SSJ Bounty, a feller. How you doing, feller? Celtic Belly. We got ourselves Naya Gemstone, DC, my man. How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. By the way, boys, claim your Daisy, man. Claim Daisy while you can, dude. They did it. They reached a goal of 1 million for the what is it? The Dono. I think. Doctors with no borders or something, but yeah, Daisy the Sloth, dude, and I think it was the other pet. Do they have the name for the other pet? They probably do, right? But Daisy, dude, we got Daisy. If you want to have a sloth in your back, you got to do /beckon, and the sloth will hop on your back, dude. It is a sloth though, so don't expect for that pet to move quickly after you, dude. She does walk at her own pace by the looks of it. I messed around with it earlier. It's kind of cute. It's pretty cute. You know what I mean? It's pretty cute. Alrighty, boys. Let's not waste any time, though. We want to have ourselves some good old duels. Okay, cool. The webcam is showing up properly. What's going on? What's up, Celtic? How you doing, my man? Expound on sloth thing, please. Okay, I think I should have it here. So there was this charity thing that Blizzard did, and there were, when you reached $500 for the $500,000 for the charity, you got bananas, which is a pet you got back in TBC. So they brought bananas back in. So they got, for the charity raised, if it raised $500,000, you get bananas. So everybody got bananas for free. Then they raised it to 1 million, and they get Daisy the Sloth. Daisy the Sloth is a unique pet with no, I think, special animation, like, or at least a unique skeleton, and she functions just like a sloth. Like, she's not gonna follow you like any other pet. Like, they're slow. Like, that's a sloth. She's slow. And she also has kind of a cute noise. Some of you guys will probably find it weird. And if you do /beckon, the emote, she'll ride in your back and look around all over the place with her droopy, sleepy eyes. It's kind of cute. She has a little, like, scarf with World of Warcraft on there. And she'll just sit in your back. The one thing that's weird is if you open up your character menu, Daisy is going to be like slammed, like spiked into your back, kind of poking through your chest. On an undead, she looks like one of those face huggers ripping out of your chest, dude. Like a face burster. Like a cute face burster. But yeah, if you want to have a sloth join you while you're doing your dailies, you can. And like the art team put in a lot of work into it, dude. It looks awesome. Yeah, that's pretty dope, dude. It's for a good cause too, you know? Sharing all that. But anyway, let's get the duels up and running. Jesus is ready. This is, I think, got a group. That should be pretty good. We're ready. Perfect. 505. Not ready. Someone leave. It's okay. This is. It's okay, man. I'm gonna wait up, dude. I'm gonna wait up. Only Fenris today. It'll be win easy. You think so? Fenris? Yo, my man. What's he at, dude? But yeah, that's Daisy. That's what it's all about. So you can claim yours. You have to go to the Battle.net store and just find Daisy and you claim it for free. That gets a free pet for the, what is it? For reaching a goal. I think this is good. Like, people always complain about Blizzard adding anything new to the store, like mounts and pets, even if it's like for charity, right? Like they had the, during Battle for Azeroth, they had that alpaca pet. and I guess the money would go to charity up until like a certain point, and people didn't give him a lot of slack on that one. People hate any kind of like pets in the store or mounts in the store. And hey, you know what? I get it. I just feel like, you know, if it's for a charity, it's for a charity. It's for a good cause. You know what I mean? I get it. Nobody likes any of the store stuff. I get it. I see the reason why it shouldn't be there. But I felt like the way they did this pet and this charity, I thought it was well done. I liked it. Because it was straight up just like, it's free mount when you reach a certain goal. I guess in a sense you can look at it as like that alpaca pet, you know, you go money to the Blizzard store, they give you a pet, but I don't know. I feel like this one, people perceive this one a lot better. You know what I mean? But anyway, boys, let's get ourselves some 5v5 1v1 duels, starting up together with Team of Kreisbad off the bat. Okay, hold on. Let me get my duels mix in here. Let me get the duels mix in here. Random, and here we go. Is that the song we start with? I guess it is. Alrighty, boys. Switch. First duel of the day, we got ourselves Team 1 with Washed Up on that team playing Demonology with Titanius as a feral druid. We got us Kreisbad back at the destruction. Fenurus is a feral as well as Hellforsen as more of that assassination action. Wait, Titanius first up? Okay. Versus Arthas as a Retribution Paladin. Yeah, I'm actually so excited for Paladins to actually get some other Legos that buffed the Kyrian by so much. That Kyrian Lego, I think, is going to be really good for 9-1. Titanius looking like he's opening up with a pretty big bite. That's going to be Athos to down. Half health, does he to Hodge? Arthas backpedaling a bit. Shield Avengers active. Seraphim up. Titanius better take it seriously. That could be quite a bit of damn. Wings available as Arthas literally has everything. Smiting down Titanius. I'm not seeing the Guardian legendary. I think this man decided to change his ways as a paladin and go a little bit more aggressive, which should hopefully make for an interesting duel. Maybe a little bit less drawn out. On that team, we also got ourselves Ilu Shash. I can't even say it. Yandex. We also got ourselves Igzy, as well as I love Leah? Leah, I guess we'll go with Leah. Hodge on to Titanius, choosing to go for a trinket. Thorns available. Is he playing defensive or aggressive? Looks like he's trying to stay next to Arthas. He wants to get the Thorns value on it. But he's not really, I guess he is committing damage now. Big slams from Arthas though. Massive Convoke, forcing a bubble out of Paladin. It looks like Arthas is going to have to maybe try to gain some value off that bubble. Trying to use mobility. Teddy's using that high mounted charge to get away. That's actually going to get Arthas to fall off the side. Titanius not backing up completely. Maybe should have. That is going to be Barkskin traded for the Hodge. Big hammers coming out. Could be massive damage on Arthas. Main by Titanius. Going for a massive heal, but a very defensive heal. Arthas, I don't know if he has a human racial available or if he used it just now. I don't know if he has a normal trinket available anymore, but he did not sit that stun long at all. So it could have been Titanius just didn't have the comp points into that main invested, just trying to make a split-second decision, get the hell out, get Swiftmend on. Unless Arthas, if he did use a human racial, he will be behind. Gonna be a big old lead by Titanius. I feel like he shouldn't have gotten that opener onto the Paladin, even though picking up the eyes through the Judgment. Massive damage onto the Feral. I think it's over. He's gonna get the Seed Pod. The Paladin does realize what's happening. Wings are rolling. No Seraphim necessary for this one. Taking out the Feral. One after the other, dude. First one bites the dust, and they are already sending out the crazy man himself. Crazy man in the Seed Pod. Kreisbad himself. Also, why'd you guys have Kreisbad, man? I miss Kreiser, dude. When are we getting old Kreiser back, dude? Old man Kreiser. Why does the orc version Kreiser look so much older, dude? Is that beard, man? Is a long beard. It looks like this one Kreiser. That's what happened to him when he decided to go into the woods, became a hermit, and decided to start lifting logs, got jacked. I mean, he's just much bigger. Also really greener, just moss. It's just the same. It's the same human Chrysler we remember. It's just covered in moss. Gonna be a succubus seduction from side. Chrysler opening up with a pretty big opener. Arthas doesn't really have much of an answer for this. That's gonna be full soul rod. Shadow Fury around the corner. Arthas does go to activate Shield of Vengeance. That's gonna allow him to survive a little bit longer. Chrysler does have good angle. Chaos Bolt is gonna fly. Arthas better have himself a defensive. Didn't have enough of a heal. That Chaos Bolt just swallowed that boy whole, and he's just out of there with I Love Liam. Playing as a Necrolord Feral. Big bleeds are to be expected. Looks like he's just gonna... I thought he was gonna wait out there Infernally. He still might. He's in stealth, got himself the full shield. Those bleeds are gonna be huge. Chrysler swapping now towards the Fell Hunter pet to try to go for interrupts and removing HOTS off of I Love Leah, since you cannot Succubus Seduce a Feral Druid. And that's gonna be a Feral actually catching a reset. Burning Ursuls, and that is Berserk, so he has big cooldowns available, just really unable to capitalize on it. That could have been back-to-back bites. I don't know what kind of Lego he's running. Playing a Necrolord Feral, I would imagine he's not running the common point Lego for finishers, even though that's the best one for Druids. So maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Gonna be another fear trying to come out for Cry's Bad. Skull Bash does get used. It's gonna be Cry's Bad. Perfect opportunity to get some fire damage into Isle of Leah. That's going to be a big old pour for Chrysler. As he starts to take some pressure, the dots have set in. Is the Necrolord swarm on him? It doesn't look like it is. Leah Land getting interrupted in bear form. Does get tagged by the Drain Life. Around the corner is going to go for regrowth with a Swift Bend. So he's going for the full HOTS and DOTS playstyle. Just got himself full Resto Affinity, so whenever he does use a swarm, he'll be in a good spot. Chrysbad not sitting in that stun long at all. Going for the gateway, creating some distance. And Leah is just going to chill back with a pet. Stun around the corner as they're trying to walk at Chrysbad. Maybe an interrupt for the fear. No interrupt. Could go for a Chaos Bolt. Chrysbad trying to get himself a good positional. Wants to make sure he's in a good spot. Another fear to Leah. That's right next to him into a full maim. Could be big damage here. It's going to throw the swarm down. Big dots on the Chrysbad. As he trying to control the Feral as best as possible. The dots have set in. That's quite a good portion of the Feral damage on him. Looks like he's limited just fine. I don't know if Leah had the big go there. Maybe Tiger's Fury was missing. Definitely didn't have Berserk. But that was the Feral Frenzy with a bunch of bleeds and full calm points. But maybe he just didn't have the biggest go possible. Waited and threw the swarm until later. I feel like he would want to use the swarm more often since it has such a short cooldown. But Chrysbad is going to keep the Feral in combat, keeping him out there. Fleshcraft is getting used. Could go for an interrupt on the Fleshcraft. But I think he decided, you know what? Maybe I just want to interrupt the Nature Cast instead. Or maybe he tried to interrupt something earlier. Actually, no, we can actually track Chrysbad interrupts. Maybe the pet is low on health. Looks like maybe the bleeds might have set in. Leah just left it alone. Could be rotting down little by little. Fear coming out for Chrysbad. No way to break out of that CC for Leah. Is going to have a Barskin ready for this. And Shadow Fury after with a Soul Rot. Looks like Wall not available anymore. Another Fear onto Leah again. Does Chrysbad have enough damage here? Massive Incinerates are coming through. Big damage after. Short maim onto Chrysbad. As Leah's going for a bit of a reset. That's going to be the soul shape comes out from Chrysbad. Is going to walk into the Ursuls. Leah is going to use the Ursuls to try to get away and catch a couple of heals. So far, these two have been going at each other bit by bit. Leah hasn't been able to have a big go just yet. Cooldown's coming back very, very soon. The Berserk, Tiger's Fury, Feral Frenzy, everything is available, so they might actually be able to make a play. Putting some bleeds onto the pet. Maim onto Chrysbad, throwing down the swarm. That's going to be the full setup, the biggest bleeds possible with big CC for Chrysbad. Tricky coming out for Liam. Gateway for Chrysbad, trying to make some distance. The dots are rotting him down. I don't know if this is the strongest dots ever, but they're doing quite a bit. It's going to be immediate drain life for Chrysbad before dampening really skyrockets into back-to-back fears onto Leah. Continuing the drain life spam, trying to manage these dots as best as possible, treating these dots with the utmost respect. That's going to be the swarm onto that pet. Leah might have another swarm available very, very soon. Does interrupt Chrysbad on nature. Eating Chaos to the face back-to-back. Does have a pretty big heal. Back-to-back huge heals. And still is alive. Going to be yet another Soul Rot with a short maim onto Chrysbad. Leah, if anything, does have CC, does have controlled. Big drain life for Chrysbad. As Leah is still stuck with some of those dots. Got away from the Fellhound. So no interrupts coming out. Might actually even be able to catch himself a clean reset. And there goes. Does Chrysbad have anything for this? Going to be a swarm back on Chrysbad. But it looks like Leah had a full setup. And Chrysbad is going to control it. He wants to make sure the swarm and the bleeds don't do the work together. Big Chaos Bolt into Leah. Got himself a couple of instances. Leah deciding, you know what? I'm going to back out of here. But now the Fell Hunter's nearby. Fleshcraft is getting interrupted. Can go for the Cyclone. Can go for heals. It looks like they are going to Cyclone the Fell Hunter. Chrysbat standing next to Leah, dropping down Infernal. That's a pre-wall right there. Beautiful pre-wall. Big Cannonballs is still going to go flying through anyway. Actually, no. Main by Leah. That's going to be Chrysbat not sending that stun long at all. That must have been the shortest maim ever. Or Chrysbat is just super DR'd on stuns. He is an Orc, so he doesn't sit in them long at all. So maybe Leah just didn't account for it. But Chrysbat just cannot really catch up. Just the feral mobility is keeping him alive. Just that alone is keeping him going. Infernal trying to avoid as best possible with an Ursus. Actually just controlled the pets. Literally just controlling the pets from Chrysbat. Which isn't a bad move at all. Fear onto Leah. Does go for an interrupt on that Fear. That's going to be free nature damage, free fire damage. Could even get Chaosbolts out, I believe. If you get interrupted on Fear. I believe Chaosbolt is partially fire, partially Fear. You don't need to be locked out of one. I think you need to be locked out on Chaosbolt to not be able to do chaos damage. That's going to be a big old port for Liam. Chrysbat bailing out of here. Fatty Pillow, my man. Thanks so much for becoming a member yet again during this intense duel. Thank you so much, my guy. Can we get a hashtag Fatty Pillow? As it's going to be a main with Chrysbat trinkets out of it. I think it's the first time we've seen Chrysbat trinket against this Feral. Trying to get him into Fear. Again, not a good position. Does try to get himself a good chaos bolt. Does Alex have any defenses? Looks like Barskin is getting used by the Druid. So he's actually A-okay. Mortal put him in a bad spot. Another Chaosball for Chrysbat. Does Leah have the healing for it? Bear form and does get taken down. There it goes, boys. Hashtag Fatty Pillow Boys. Thank you so much, my guy. Appreciate you, my dude. Thanks so much for becoming a member yet again for yet another month. Thank you, my guy. Who's up next? Is it going to be the Shadow Priest? It looks like it is going to be the Shadow Priest. So what's your name? Ilushash VD. SVD? Ilusha? Is that what it is? Lusha. Can I call you Lusha? Lusha. Lusha. Kind of like a, it's like the word for puddle. Not exactly, but that's as close of a nickname as I can give him, dude. Because Ilusha doesn't sound, it's not as easy to get it out of my mouth, I guess. Lusha, on the other hand, I feel like that one rolls off. Ventier Shadow Priest. We haven't seen those in a while. Actually, we haven't seen a Shadow Priest in a bit, have we? I think the last one was, I think it was Boom over on the NA versus Wild Imp a couple of times. Gonna be Chrysbat trying to poke at Lusha here and there, waiting for the gateway, dude. He doesn't want to be in front of Lusha at all. He wants to be able to hit him with instant cast, but doesn't want to get a dots on him at all. So it's going to be quite a duel between these two casters. Lusha does play to CC, get interrupted on the Shadow. Chrysbat is able to walk up and actually get some casts off. Trying to land a fear onto Lusha. Is going to go for, I think, for a Greater Fade? No, Shadow Meld. Going to be Mind Games onto Chrysbat. Is going to drop down and port away from Lusha. Trying to go for a doorway Shadows. Is going to dip down with a stun into Chrysbat. Does he have him locked in? Lusha got a full Void Eruption available. Fears as Chrysbat has the Reflect available. Going to be a fear onto Lusha. Chrysbat needs some health recovery. Trying to drain so as best as he can. Does throw a Mortal Coil. No Greater Fate for that one. Could be a Greater Fate here. No Greater Fate there again. Into yet another Chaos Bolt. That's going to put Lusha quite back a bit. Could get an interrupt maybe. He doesn't need to have line of sight. He's going to go for big damage. That's going to be a full Chaos damage from fire damage. He's going to get executed though. From Lusha. Trying not to get executed himself. Lusha does go for a Greater Fade. Does Chrysbat have anything? Wall is available. Stun onto Lusha. Big Chaosball doesn't do enough. Fear onto Lusha after does have a trinket for it. Silence on Chrysbat with DPs as well as an execute. Taking him out, playing aggressive here. That's going to be Fenris as a Boomy came in. Silence on the Shadow and just blew him up with a full-blown Convoke. Didn't even give him a chance. Okay, now your name. It's letters I-K-Z-E. Igzy. Igzy? We'll go with Igzy. Trying not to take a lot of damage from the Thorns. He's waiting it out, dude. Stun into a Fear, waiting patiently. Battle stance is active, though. Dust of the Banner. And it's playing that Condemn Warrior. Just trying to max out damage. Fenrir is actually melting right now. And one more Condemn is all he needs. Double charges. What is this? One more Condemn is all he needs. Trying to see if he can bust through the top. Bare exterior. Not letting him heal at all, though. Oh, my God. Slamming down them Condemns. And Washed Up is next up. Stunned by Igzy. Should go for as many executes as he can while he got Condemns, boys. Definitely go for as many Condemns as you can. Mortal Coil with another Felguard. There's going to be lots of pets for Washed Up to summon up. Igzy I don't know what he's going to interrupt. I guess demonic tyrant maybe. Does interrupt the tyrant. Not a lot of health left. Does a big parry available. Washed up is about half-ish health. Does he have a port? Battle sense available for Igzy. Does he have enough here? Warbreaker could maybe have enough. Washed up trying to go for a little bit extra health. Igzy doesn't really have much. Wall off for the warlock. Does Igzy get those condemns off? Commanding shot available. Does get a stun to Washed up. It's going to be a stun back to Igzy. And I think Washed up takes him out here. Unless somehow Igzy survives. That was a long condemn, dude. He actually did it from a whole nother zip code. From a whole nother state. And that's going to be Yandex. That's a dual wielding now. Okay, interesting. Dual wielding Frost DK. Is that the meta now? Starting to watch up. There's nothing you can do at this point. Big old helping slappy hand. Even while you see to just continue to slap and watch up from a distance. Actually, nothing you could do. And that's going to be a pretty good duel there, dude. We saw an Arms Warrior at pretty high dampening just go in and blast. Chrysler, of course, taking quite a few kills. Unless somebody else got a few more than he did. Have to deal with Olivia for quite a while with literally healing like a rested druid. Damn. I wonder if the Necrolord helps that. I know that the Flesh Gov does, but I wonder if he was like Swarm, put a bunch of hots, because he had a lot of emergent snap healing, right? Big regrowth, big Swiftman kind of deal. But I wonder if that helped any at all. Alright, boys, let's get another one up and running, yeah? Let's get another duel up and running, boys. Arthur got a group ready? Yo, let's go, dude. Yo, do we throw you against Odysseus? Or do we throw you against Jesus? Because I think Jesus' group didn't really get to play much, did they? I think one or two people... Actually, I think of Odysseus' group, somebody left too. I don't know if they had a full team. But then again, like, first game, didn't really pay attention. Boys, I'm so tired. I'm not even joking, dude. I'm literally running off of coffee right now. Literally, the only reason I'm alive and awake right now is because coffee. You should see the arena double DPS to do more versus Sham. Wait, what? You should see an arena double DPS and do more than rest of Shaman. Like healing? That's nutty. Check out my T-Mog, I'm Frost DK, Atha, Monpet, Monspeed. Okay, I can get you in. Alright, let's get Theseus and Atha, I guess, since Atha says he's ready. Atha, man! Let's get you in here, boys, for the next duel. TYL for not being mean to Tso, even though they were disrespectful, kindness wins out. Did I miss something? Oh. Seems like a nice guy. Seems like a nice dude. Literally missed that whole part. No cran? Nope, no cran today. That one was too good luck, I guess. I'll come back though, I'll slash. Yo, Nai, more than welcome to, man. More than welcome to him. I want to burst him off. I absolutely fear CD off every single time. Call into fear. Oh, were you the feral? Yo, yeah. You just kind of gotta take a chance to take an opportunity and just go all in. Like you just gotta find a quick moment, even if it's scuffed. Just gotta commit. You know what I mean? Switch. Hopefully we get a 5th on team Kreisbad, but we got a 5 on team Atha. We got ourselves Monspiet. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out a nickname for you at some point. We got Cotton God X with Golly Boy. Is it Golly Boy? It is Golly Boy. Athel, man, on that team, and Blorin. That's a lot of strength classes plus a rogue. Whereas it's going to be Titania's first up and coming versus Atham and Shield Avengers up immediately. Just like the last duel, Titania's is getting quite a bit of pressure onto Atham immediately. I want to introduce team. Oh, big Shield Avengers popping on Titania's while in bear form. I guess no bark skin, right? Atham taking a bit of dot damage. Going to be a Hodge on Titania's. It's going to go for a trinket. As it was going to be Seraphim. Was it Seraphim build for Atha? Interrupt that Convoke immediately, not letting Titanius play the game at all. Keeping Titanius health kind of low. Final verdicts coming out. And Final Reckoning available for Athaman. Gonna be interesting how this deal goes. While these guys are not dead yet, we got Kreisbad on the other team with Washed Up. We got ourselves Hellforce and joining that duel. We also got ourselves Night Pizza. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Titanius trying to stay away from Atha as best as he can. Atha been playing, I'm pretty sure like a normal playing build. The only thing that's different that Atha does that nobody else does, I think it's because Human Paladin technically can. Adaptation has just been like a quirk for Atha. It worked really well in BFA. I mean, it was just kind of nuts. That's going to be no adaptation out of that stun, but it was a bash. Big damage on Titanius though. Oh, slamming down the gavel. Titanius, what are you guilty of? Because Atherman took you to jail. Paladins chasing after. Well, no more criminals, but what did Titanius do? What was his plight? What is his slight? Is it because he's a feral druid? And those guys heal a ton? Gonna be turned evil for Ather. Try to get a fear onto the pet. Fear for fear, dude. He's going for that fear, or trying to. Either way, Big Inferno might have to bubble this. Not really looking good for Ather. Does get a Battle Master Trinket rolling. This way you gotta play defensive. As Scribesbat try to see if you can just kind of bounce over towards Ather. Is going to get a fear onto that Infernal. Cataclysm around the corner. Ather better be a little bit afraid, not completely scared. Mortical again instead with a Chaos Bolt. Is that going to be enough though? Atherman bubbles it. He decided, you know what? I am playing. Nope. Not playing this games. Nope. Ain't playing. Nope. As a Paladin, making that choice, whether, you know what, that Chaos Bolt is a death of me, or, you know what, I think I'm fine, is an important one. And you know what? Playing safe might not be a bad idea. Christbat actually went for a port as Atherman went for Ventier. Try to see if he can land the Disorion. So for Christbat, it was actually a pretty good juke with a Chaos Bolt around the corner. Either way, you're going to eat those Chaos Bolts for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. With Christbat sending another one, going to be Word of Glory for Ather. Maintain himself for a bit. Ashen Hollow, Christbat needs to get out of Ashen immediately. This way he needs to get the hell out. For Atherman, that's a lot of healing, lots of damage available while he's in Ashen. And looks like Christbat is going to bail out of there completely. For Atherman, he just might have to live with the fact that, you know what? I don't have Ashen. And that's okay. That's a sacrifice you need to make. Christbat wants him to jump down because he can go for the big old port upstairs. Does get 100. Christbat going to be succubus CC. Trinket for Ather. Port available for Christbat. Does Ather have any damage to follow up? Trying to go for turn evil onto the pet. Does land it. Soul Rots are going to be rotten down. Shadow Fury downwards with another Chaos Bolt. No big damage available. This is a Mortal Coil. Atherman is actually out of options. Needs a Word of Glory right now. Flash heal. Not even landing a flash heal as Christbat just takes him out. I think with the conflag. Is Christbat Shadow Fury for some reason? Looks like he's doing a lot of instacasts. Cotton God is just up next, just rampaging through his health bar. Christbat going for the Battle Master Trinket with a heal increase. I think it was a Warlock Hellstone. Cotton God, though, getting snapped into that succubus CC. And this is where the dots are rolling. This is where Christbat might be able to make something happen. Cotton God is pretty squishy, but also pretty bursty. So you better play his defensives very well. You want to make sure you're maximizing the value. There's going to be a Shadow Melt towards Christbat. Does get himself a re-stealth. And he's actually getting even a sap. As Christbat thought he was still below, but he just Shadow Melted into, I think, Shadow Melt Stealth. Or actually, maybe like Shadow Melt Stealth, Shadow Step. And kind of just confused Christbat. That is going to be succubus. See trinkets for it. Christbat does dip in, does fit in a Mortal Coil in between of that stun from the Rogue. It's going to be a stun into Cotton God X. Could potentially be seeing a Vanish or a Cloak of Shadows on this guy. It is going to be a Vanish, and looks like he's just going to sit with those shields. Dude, those shields that rogues get right now, not going to be there in 9-1. It's going to be a whole nother game in 9-1. New Honor Talents, boys. You got to prepare yourselves. Those shields are going to be somewhat there, but you will not be able to sit in stuff like rogues do right now. Like rogues, if you get away, you're 100% safe. You get away for free. You'll 100% get away. If you catch a re-stealth, unless you're just melting with the strongest dots cast down by Zeus himself, you're fine. Like, there's no class that can put strongest dots in the world on you. Unless, like, everybody dots you. That's the only way you actually get caught. But in a 1, 2v2, 3v3, you're mostly fine. Mostly fine. But in next match, that thing is going to be only for 4 seconds. So you'll get a re-stealth 4 seconds of a shield. And then you come out. So you'll have to keep re-stealthing. So it'll be a little bit harder to get out of there scot-free. Does it a Chaos Bolt to the side of his head. Still not a lot of defenses to really work with except for Cloak of Shadows. Is Cloak going to be enough though? I think he does have a slow one to the pet. Looks like he might be able to get away unless Christbat can somehow get back up. The succubus cannot reach him just yet. Does get himself a reset. So it looks like there is going to be a clean re for the rogue. Also Cold Blood. That's going away. Kind of got trying to go for a bit of a first aid. Trying to get as much health as he can before the dampener really swings it. So swings all the way up as we hit on that 6-minute mark. And 7% dampening is rolling in. Cotton God just AFK in this one completely. He needs some cooldowns back. Vanish available in 30. Evasion is up. Not really sure it's going to do much. Shadow Blade's available very soon. Also going to have a second chart of dance. Also, Shadowy Duel. That's coming back to him. Christbat does not have a trinket. So if Cotton God wants to go in for an all-in, He might be able to do something. Cutting God, though, unable to get the proper opener because Kreisbad picking up the eye, landing that conflagrate around the corner. That's going to be a stun onto the succubus. Kreisbad does hit him with a couple dots, though. It's going to be vent their port. Still keeps punishing him with those dots. Boarding right next to the rogue. And I think the succubus might be able to reach him. Decided, you know what? I need to catch a reset. Does catch it for a second. Does not get a proper stun onto Kreisbad. Mortar call, and the rogue does have a trinket back up. Vanish. So he does get himself a clean re. Didn't commit too many defenses into that one. It was really unfortunate that he wasn't able to get a proper go. And now might be able to. Succubus, is it ready? Is it there? Does have that succubus seduced. Immediate trinket by the rogue. And Kreisbad does not have a mortar call anymore. I don't know what he sent his mortar call at. Infernal does join the fight. Stun onto Cutting God. No, blind onto Kreisbad. If that succubus can just slow the rogue down enough, he might be okay. Does get a slow onto the Infernal. He is going to be sprinted after him. Kreisbad taking the port. Stun onto Cutting God. And Kreisbad just sees himself with just a good bit of damage, trying to avoid the rogue as best he can. Is Rogue have no outs? Cloak Shadows available very soon. Does he have a shadow mode? Does go for Battle Master's Trinket. Cloak Shadows is getting used. The succubus is still harassing him. Standing on top of the port of Kreisbad. Could use the port if you wanted to. Still running succubus. He does land it. And maybe that could be a big Chaos Bolt out of Kreisbad. Does he have a big go? Chaos Bolt. Does he combo it? Big Chaos Bolt. Does hit the rogue with a conflag. It wasn't enough. The rogue tried to make a last minute play with that Shadow Step. Not much you can really do there. Blorin up next as a Frost Death Knight. A weapon in each hand, but could maybe be a transmog. And is actually playing a two-hand play style. It's playing Necrolord, so I'm going to guess it's a two-hand DK. I could see him be a two-hand Death Knight. I don't think he's a dual wield. I think he's a two-hander. I think he's just juking people out. I think he's just making them look like, you know what, I got a dual wield. Nah. No, you don't, fam. We see you. We see through you. Because Obliterate on two-hand does more damage. And that's better for PvP generally. Blorin's whole shield, though, as a Necro just got worn out by that dot. Big Chaos Bolt into his back. Cries are not combining big damage yet. Is going to get some basic dots on the Blorin. Going for that IBF. But he's slowed. Very unfortunate for Blorin. Pretty fantastic for Kreisbad because he's just getting cooldowns out of the Death Knight little by little. And as soon as Blorin decided, you know what, maybe I should back up, maybe I should play defensive, Kreisbad is there with a conflag here and there, trying not to get gripped. He's just avoiding getting gripped as best as he can. As soon as Blorin's playing defensive, this is where Kreisbad is going to come out. Ha! Just throw another conflag in there, put some dots in. It's a back and forth game, boys. It's literally back and forth until the succubus seduction joins the fight. Kreisbad not going for big damage yet. Is going to get a trick out of Blorin as he's popping full cooldowns. Wants to maximize them onto Kreisbad, but the only thing he can really hit is the succubus right now. And he's going to turn his attention to the succubus. Super unfortunate, honestly. Super unfortunate. Kreisbad with that snap port. This is where you want to make sure you have a stun. At least get a trick out of Kreisbad. Blorin does only have like a minute on his cooldowns, though. His Blow Frost is biggest CD for most damage. So if you can just wait out a minute, he might still be okay. Mortal Coil as Blorin goes for a grip onto Kreisbad. Does he not have a stun? Succubus C right after. Does Lich born out of it. Kreisbad is just getting cooldowns out of this Frost DK little by little. So for the Death Knight, I don't think he expected for this duel to go this way. Kreisbad is just taking his sweet time, just whittling the man down. Got him some max range. No death grip for a second. And Blorin is just not in a great spot. AMS is available if he needs to. Death Pack, he might have to use him. Does use the Death Pack. Again, just going through his cooldowns without ever having to really touch the guy. Just letting the Immolate burn, letting the conflag add a bit of singe on the side. That's going to be a big Chaos Bolt. I think Blorin is over. I think Blorin is over, party. I think it might be end, and that's going to be it. Kreisbad just whittled him down like an Affliction Warlock, dude. Just taking those Chaos Bolts where he can. That's how that played very, very safely. Golly boy, though, golly. He's probably looking at this as a golly shucks. That's a tough fight. This Warlock is quite rough. You better learn from the DK. Golly, I guess he does have some self-heals, though. Compared to the Death Knight, who don't really have that much self-healing nowadays. They kind of do, but like a high 36 dampening. It's basically non-existent, let's be honest. And Kreisbad just waiting out for the man. Golly boy, I feel like has a chance here. Reflect is up. He also has Stormbolt, or if he goes for the double charge, he'll be okay. The only thing that might be an issue is if Kreisbad is just able to run away from him. Gateway and Port, as well as Soul Shape, are two great mobility cooldowns. If Golly is playing the triple leap Lego, he could counter it. Going in with the Reflect immediately versus Kreisbad. Stormbolt right after. Succubus CC comes up. Can you not? Zerker Rage on a Succubus CC? I don't think it can. I feel like this man would have done it if he could. But it doesn't look like he can. It's going to be full dots up for Cry's bad porting. As Galibo went in for a leap and a charge, I think. He's going to go for Door Shadows, but he's just melted. Have to go for Battle Master's Trinket. This boy with a soul, with a, what is it? The Soul Rod as well as Infernal Incinerate. He's just melted. Shadow Fear around the corner. I think Cry's bad could just go for a Cataclysm around the corner and that'll be it. Actually, it doesn't even have it, I don't think. Galibo trying to recover some health. No Trinket. I mean, it's over. He tried to go for a charge, but it was basically over from the start. It looks like Modspirit is going to be up next. Another Necrolord, Frost DK. This time we do see the two-hander. You won't be able to transmog into that weapon, I think, unless you were two-hander. So, trying to pop some cooldowns on Cry's bed is going to go for that Warlock pour, dude. Warlocks are sneaky nowadays, dude. They're extra sneaky. Infernal stopping Modspirit on the way, just trying to slow this unstoppable force down. He's just an unstoppable force. It's just Cry's bed is an ever-moving object. He's just moving in the other direction, though. More to call into Modspirit. It looks like he has to trick a blind onto Cry's bed. Can he go for a setup? Looks like cooldowns are down. Does get the stun to Cry's bed and the team. Cry's bed just walking out of that anti-magic zone. Modspirit sacrificing the pet. Not a lot of healing at this point with 48% dampening. And Modspirit just all he has is a Succubus to just do damage to. But the Succubus Seduce comes out, bakes out of it with a Lichborn. Might be able to get some death calls into himself. If he can wait out until the next go with a pillar, he might be okay. Not playing that stun, might actually put him behind though. Blind onto Cry's bed doesn't have to be bad, but you're just waiting for the dragon basically. You're waiting for the big dragon airstrike for the stun. And you don't really have that normally. And without a lot of healing, like as long as he doesn't need any dots from Cry's bed, he might just survive the Succubus. It's literally like a situation where he could die to the Succubus by herself. And there it goes. There's Seduce. Unless you have Summon right here. Cry's bad, does he have the angle? Cataclysm, not even go for a Chaos Bolt. Just the dot and rod. Needs a couple of flags. AMS comes out. Modspirit does have the dot on him though. As soon as that AMS is gone, that shell, that protection is just over. And Cry's bad, I think, is in a situation where he can't lose. Literally, the Succubus taking him out at the end. There it is, dude. Cry's bad, taking out the team of all those strength classes with a 1v5. Let's go, dude. Dude, they're so sneaky, man. Why? How do Warlocks have a port and a gateway and soul shape and dots? Like Soul Rod, dude. Who told you could be an Affliction Warlock, huh? He literally has the burst of a Chaos Bolt slinging Warlock, and he has Soul Rod. Like, it's a package deal, dude. No chance. No chance. Actually, no chance to beat those guys. They're pretty powerful, huh? There's got to be a way, though. I feel like when there's no way in sight, you're just not looking right. You're just not looking clearly. You got to open your eyes. I feel like that's how usually I do things. DK literally has 15 keybinds, right? I have no idea. Do DKs really have that small keybinds? I would imagine no. I mean, main rotation stuff, it's not super complicated, right? Obliterate, Frost Strike, Howling Blast, Remorseless Winter would be like your 4 basic buttons. But I guess they're one of the classes with some of the Warlock low-key most mobile caster. I don't know about most mobile caster. I still would give that to mages, but yeah, they're pretty mobile nowadays. Like, Warlock by itself isn't that mobile. I guess it's more mobile now with a gateway and a port. Like, port was awesome for them. But then soul shape, that just makes any class that's a wheelchair less so. Honestly. One more for Horde and I'll love you to join. Yo, boys, let's go. What's up, Brias? How you doing, man? Hope you have a good one, my dude. We got ourselves Brias. Hi, man. Need one more. Good to go. 5 still ready. All right, we can throw someone against Athom. Maybe we could throw Breezaz against him with Jesus. Maybe we do Jesus and Breezaz just to mix it up a bit. We'll see, boys. We'll see. Good, good. All right, cool. Let's get Breezaz and Athos since he's here. And then we'll start mixing you guys up. How does that sound, boys? Athol, man. Actually, let's do Breezaz, and Athol. Because we might throw Breezaz against like Jesus or something just to mix you guys up a bit. DK don't have heals like BFA. Well, they do have heals, but it's like they're not good anymore. They just be big death strike heals and then nerfed that to the ground. I think for the last match of BFA, and they didn't unnerf him since. So we're 4? Nah, get a 5th, man. Get a 5th. Nah, we're looking to wait until you get a 5th. I'd rather do 5. Get the rogue beat them? Technically, yes. Like, classes can beat them. Technical classes, yes, they can beat them. That is true. But They just seem so unstoppable. You one player, there we go, boys. Just in one for, and we're good to go for groups. Same with Demon Locks too, true. I don't have that heals, yeah. So they do have to have healing, like Chill Pills does it all the time, and you explain exactly what the healing is. The healing core is shields, and the healing core is death coils while Lichborn is active. Using it as early as possible is great. Sacrificing your pet, getting them up and running, and sacrificing as soon as you go low is good. Putting down a cooldown ASAP. Also using, I think we're waiting for Blizzass to get a 5th, or Jesus to get a 5th, either one. Or Kreiser. I think Kreiser is not lead of this year's group. I think he's lead there, which is pretty cool. Or maybe he just joined. Works out. But using those cool, you have CDs that let you heal. You don't get passive healing anymore. You heal based on CDs. So you either use CC, like Blind and Chain of Ice, to just outrun the enemy and not take damage. Or you would use Stun, and then line aside the enemy as best you can. Or if you are going to have to heal, you have to start rotating CDs pretty early. A lot of them are 2-minute CDs. So the ones that are shorter, you want to start using them as early as possible. And then once they're on cooldown, you could rotate someone else. And by the time like a minute or two passes, you'll have those initial cooldowns you use back up. And you have to play very aggressive, right? So dampening is going to be the killer to you. So if you're in high dampening in duels, you just got to go in. Just got to do it. Pop your defenses, pop AMS, rotate that stuff out. Get through CC as best as you can, like immune CC if you have to. Like if you expect the Mortal Coil, Fear, AMS it, and just keep pumping damage. You have to. You literally have to. But if you are playing at like no dampening at the very start, you also have to be pretty aggressive. Just let's get the game going. Let's take him down before they can take you down, because you have a limited amount of healing. Eventually that healing isn't going to go, so get through as many people as you can while healing still stands. That's a Fury getting heal reduction. I think it's good. I never got to trust it. I never got to try the Fury Warrior healing Rampage, but I think it's good. Actually, now we need to go back to PTR and test that out. I need to test that out because I already threw together a video of some of the class stuff that is happening, and now I need to add that in there as if you're warrior healing. Yeah, I need to go look at the at more honor talents for a video for tomorrow. I'm going to the more generalized class review of what classes are getting in the patch 9.1 with this update. Even though PTR has been super laggy. Witcher, my man, boy, 22 months in a row. Well, damn, yo, can we get a hashtag Witcher in chat? My guy, thank you so much for the support, my dude. Appreciate you. 22 months is a long while, my guy, by the way. Almost 2 years, right? Almost 2 years, like 2 months off from 2 years. My man, thank you so much for the boys. Can we get a hashtag Witcher in the chat? Showing appreciation for wonderful, beautiful re-membership. Thanks so much, my guy. Appreciate you, my dude. But yeah, I think it'll be really good. I think it'll be really good. What, are you a horde? Me? Yes. Groups, they could be horde or alliance. It doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't really make a difference that much. But yeah. PTR has been a mess. Like, trying to log on PTR, it's been almost impossible. But as legit pre-made, yeah, if you guys want to join for 5V5 1v1 DUELS, go to player pre-made group, custom PvP, find a group, type number 5. Enter, and you're good to go for 5V5 1v1 DUELS. We got 2 groups, dude. 4. They just need a +1, and you're good to go, man. They just do 1, and they're good to go. Easy. And we need US Horde. US is tomorrow. Today is EU, tomorrow is NA, boys. I feel like we do EU Friday, Saturday, NA so often. You would imagine people would like, I guess majority of people would. I feel like most of you that are regular know like when is EU day, when is NA day. But we got quite a lot of new people on stream. Where I will say majority of people that check out the stream are new people. You know? I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But it's a lot of people like, oh, what? I'm ready. I got a group on NA. It's like, oh no, it's Friday though. And I'm hoping they become regular. You know what I mean? Minimum live until now. Awesome, awesome. I'm happy to have you, my guy. But yeah, I feel like we're just so regularly. You would imagine it would be like Friday, obviously EU day. Saturday, obviously NA day. Like, it's part of the streaming is like people get it. You'll constantly have to answer questions that you've answered, whether you answered 5 minutes ago, whether you answered like a month ago, which used to bother me when I first started because it was like, man, I feel like it's a deja vu experience over and over, but you get used to it. Maybe I should do something to make it easier for people to tell. I don't know what else I can really do. to like get the point across of like Friday is EU, Saturday is NA. Because a lot of the times like it's Saturday and EU boys show up. I'm like, oh no, if only you guys were here yesterday, man. Or like today, like if Friday's like, oh yo, I got an NA group. Come back tomorrow. But maybe they can do tomorrow. Rip that Destro. I changed character. I changed character. Not Death Knight. Rip that Destro. It's a crazy map control. Yeah, Destros. Warlocks in general have really good control nowadays. I mean, Mortal Call Fear. Running away from me the whole time, making sure there's some distance, sucking a CC on the side. It's insane. Like, it's actually insane amount of healing. I mean, not healing, but insane amount of CC, insane amount of mobility, I guess. They're just nutty. They're just insane. I feel like that's the easier way to describe it. They're just pretty insane. Stream title? I guess I could add in stream title. Stream title should be 5V5 1V1 DUELS. I don't really change my titles, as you noticed. YouTube actually lets me reuse titles and all the other fill stuff, like the tags. It lets me use the details and stuff, you know, all that. So I just reuse it all the time. Because setting up the tags every single stream, oh, dude, I don't have enough time in the world. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm behind on videos because I'm just like, this is the reason why I'm like up until 4 or 5 in the morning sometimes for videos, because I feel like I'm so behind. Especially with PTR getting updates. Jesus got a group? Let's go, dude. Who else got a group, boys? Jesus has a group. Who else is going to be going after him? Who has a group right now, boys? Atho, Breezass, who you guys got? Let's got a full group, man. Let's go. Let me throw you guys, I guess, the boy Jesus. Still ready? All right, we can get Atho in here. Atho's team can get another go. I guess non-Chrysler team. Non-Chrysler group. Here we go, boys. I think I've had this, my drink here the whole time. I haven't had a drink at all. It's sweet tea. I probably should go get water instead, though. I feel dehydrated as hell. This might not be a good idea, dude. Dehydrated? Just add some sugar water. Yeah, that'd be great. Sweet tea. At least it's tea, right? Don't spill it, Dal. Don't do it. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Golly boy going arms. I like it. I like it. Mizik. Wow, Mizik. As an outlaw? Let's go, dude. Let's save this one. Hopefully I did. Saving that one. Bulk Asian. Yo, muchas, my man. Can we get a hashtag Bulk Asian? My man. Bulk CZN, actually. It's Bulk Asian over on Twitch normally. Yo, my man, Mooches, how you doing, my guy? I don't know if you're in chat or not, but thank you so much for resubbing on the membership. Thank you so much, my guy. Hopefully you're doing good, by the way, my man. I miss you, buddy. Yo, Switch. Golly boy, already taking pretty big beating from Asuma. Trying to see if he can turn around with a big old Warbreaker Blaze-Storm. Asuma bailing out of there immediately, dude. Team Asuma got himself copy film, got ourselves Philipson, we got Propal and Yandex and Asuma. Are we going to be seeing a defensive? Looks like he's trying not to give any defenses to Golly boy. Kineshot coming out. Golly does not have a trinket. It looks like he is going to be going down. Playing that Ventier, and that statue just doesn't explode, it looked like. And Asuma might have to pop some defenses against a Blorian this time. Cloak of Shadows getting used. Maybe a blind. Try to see if he can get away from the Death Knight Chain of Ice to try to get used by Blorian. Unable to really catch the rogue just yet. Kidden Shot does go for a reset. I think Asuma should be able to get himself a full reset at this point. Yeah, behind the pillar like that, definitely it's clean. Definitely set. I keep swapping the wrong person to do. Blorian in here on this team. We got ourselves Atho. We got ourselves Kiting God X. We got ourselves Mizik as Outlaw. So this should be an interesting duel. With Asuma, the first sub-rogue of the day. Actually, not of sub-rogue. Of the day. I guess sub-rogue of this arena, right? You got a couple of them here. Asuma opening up with a big old cheap shot. No Shadow Blades getting used. IBF immediately for Blorian into a blind onto Asuma. Does he have a stun with the dragon, though? I don't know if he does. Evasion available for Asuma immediately. Blorian not giving too many cooldowns just yet. Asuma trying to see if he can Dora Shadows out of there. Blorian does have an interrupt. He could have stopped it. Battle Master's getting tricked and being used by the rogue. Does get himself a Shadow Mill for a second. Cheap shot onto Blorian. Trinkets out of it. Asuma trying to make some damage happen. Back-to-back cheap shots and getting a chain into the Death Knight right after a blind. And that's going to be a full reset for Asuma with the Battle Master's Trinket. Used quite a lot of cooldowns just tussling with Blorin. I don't really know if he had to do that. He probably could have went for a blind, I guess, kidney shot, blind, Shadow Meld. Maybe he was trying to hope to get some more cooldowns out of Blorin. Didn't get any offensives. And Blorin, I don't know if he has a stun or not. He hasn't used his Frostman's Fury. Might not even be able to. It looks like Blorin might just go down. Looks like he actually does so, which takes him out. With Shadow Blades and everything. Kaiden God not letting Asuma get a reset. Gonna be a trigger for Asuma. No blind available. Kaiden God is gonna have a field day with you. Trying to make those Shadow Strikes work. Gonna be a Shadow Dance cheap shot by Asuma. Does he have a reset? Another cheap shot. Try to door shadows out of there. That's going to be a shadow set for Kaiden. Looks like Asuma actually got himself a reset. Wait a second. If he catches a restealth right now, it's over. I think Kaiden God almost lost him. Does AoE him out. Sap comes out, even though Asuma, I think, took damage from the Shuriken Storm. But I think because he has the Absorb, it doesn't put him in combat just yet. Because it's not his health taking damage. It's not him getting put in combat. It's his shields. Blind immediately by Kaiden God right afterwards, though. He wants to make sure he takes Asuma out of the game. The earlier he can do that, the better. He doesn't want to give this rogue any kind of chances. You might have to just blind him. Gonna wait out all the saps. Does he have a big go? Shadow Blades is available. Is using him here. If he does not get the win here, I don't know what's good. Yeah, after 2 Shadow Strikes and 1 Eviscerate. Literally all he needed is 2 Shadow Strikes, 1 Eviscerate. Didn't even have Cold Blood or nothing. Gonna be Copy Finn up next. This is his enhancement. The Sentinels, Ghost Wolves available. So most likely a win for your totem, right? Playing the original, the normal Shaman build. No crazy Chicago stuff or anything. Kaiden God tried to see if he can avoid Copy Finn for a bit. Maybe waiting on some cooldowns. Maybe just waiting out the Earth Elemental. I think that's what it really comes down to, is a Shaman could basically just like, oh, let's just do some time travel. Let me drop down to Earth Elemental against a rogue. There's no way this rogue is going to open up for a whole minute. You know what I mean? No way, dude. No way. Sapa to Copy again is going to open up while the LE is still up for about 20-30 more seconds. Going to be big damage on Kaiden. Copy, though, taking lots of healing from the Earth Shield. That's going to be Kaiden hitting him with yet another stun before trying to bow out. Flame Shock is going to be on the rogue. If Copy can just hit him with some slows, he'll be in a good spot. Sunder, as he goes for advantage, if you can just AoE him out. He doesn't get the AoE. He had the rogue in his grasp. I don't think he even knew it. That the rogue was literally in front of him. You know what I mean? I don't think he knew it. But Copy does have to go back into Ghost Wolf, waiting out for the rogue. If only he just did Crash Lightning or something, I think he might have gotten Kaiden God out. But he had no idea. He thought, you know, the rogue escaped. There's no way I got him. There's no way. Because there's just no way to know. Did I sunder him and is he standing still or no? Kaiden God going in for some big damage off that kidney shot into a cheap, going for a bit of a reset. If Copy can somehow catch up to him, it might be okay. He needs to get the slows. Nope. Going to be Kaiden landing himself that reset. Copy does at least recover on health. Fresh Earth Shield is available. Does still have wall. Does still hold on to a trinket. Kaiden God, no Shadow Blaze just yet. Does have a dance. Opening up with a cheap shot onto Copy. Trying to... Oh, there goes the dance. I was going to say trying maybe not to burn a dance. Wall available for Copy. And does himself at least Maelstrom. Going to be Panda Rage again and trinketed. Kaiden God did not want to set that stun. Decided to trinket that immediately. Before the totem took him out, Sunder onto Kaiden. Actually, Copy getting quite a bit of proxo damage. Needs to catch up to Kaiden God immediately. Maybe drop down Grounding Totem on one side. Kaiden is going to be able to get out of that scot-free. And should be able to catch a full re-heal. Copy trying to stay aggressive. Picking up the eyes. Going to be Kaiden God with a Shadow Step Sap. Copy is still holding on to a trinket. Ghost was available in 30 seconds or so. Ascendant should be available very, very soon too. Mark for Death, Kid is shot up, and Kaiden God trying to make some damage happen. Copy better be careful. That is going to be flagellation on him. That is going to do quite a bit of damage as Kaiden just sinks in those eviscerates back to back. Copy trying to get himself some healing. Evasion is up, so Copy is not going to have a lot of Maelstrom. Trying to go for a Hexer to Kaiden God X. He's playing Venthyr. Oh my goodness. I didn't even realize he was Venthyr. It looks like he did get a juke out of the rogue. Needs to make sure he has him slowed and Flame Shock so he keeps him in combat or something. He's going to get the Flame Shock. Try to stay on him. Wolves are up. Kaiden God is going to have to try to get away from Wolves. Trying to make some more damage happen to Copy while he's out of Ghost Wolf form. Big Sunder. And Kaiden God could be in a bad spot. Might need to advantage the Wolves here. The Wolves are actually keeps biting him. Oh, big storm. Big storm strike from around the bend as Copy just charged in and just wailed on him. Mizik is going to be up next playing that Outlaw Rogue. I'm swapping the wrong person. trying to avoid the stun from Copy. Big Ascendance is up. Does Mizik have an evasion? Does that even help? Vanish Cloak of Shadows was used. I'm not really sure why. Disarm, that's what I really meant to say instead of evasion. Mizik, though, taking lots of damage. Copy trinkets out of the blind. I think he has Mizik on the ropes. This guy, unless you can catch a re-stealth or get the hell out with a grapple hook, I think you're done. Trying to get himself for a reroll. Actually, a good set of buffs. Could go for a bit of healing. Trying to just grapple and Dora Shadows out of there. Man, that was quite an opener. Went in for a vanish, like such an aggressive vanish. Outlook can technically do that, but only if you're gonna score a kill, I guess. Unless he's playing a legendary. What Lego would he be playing then? Is he maybe playing the vanish Lego where you get 100% crit? I guess most of you guys are. Maybe he's trying to play that Mythic Plus Lego, Deathly Shadows, where you vanish, you get 5 comp points and 15% extra damage. Maybe that would make him go aggressive. I think the best one though, in PvP, if you are outlaw, like there's only 5 of us playing that spec in PvP, I think it's the Deadshot one. The green skin. It's so good. That big pistol shot. Mizik, camp and Copy. He's hanging up with the eyes in case the rogue is nearby, and Mizik is right next to him, just drinking a sip, pick up Copy, picking up the eyes, getting hit with a sap immediately. It looks like Mizik is just gonna try to see if he can avoid him for a bit. Just AFKing out of the duel for a moment. Until he get himself a good positional. Copy so far, dude. The Slayer of Sub-Rogues. I like it. Gonna get a slow into Mizik. Looks like he didn't have the eyes to be able to hit him with a Flame Shock. Try to go for a bit of AoE. And Mizik goes back in with an opener. Flagellation getting used pretty early onto Copy. Is going to have their Earth Elemental available. So that's going to keep Mizik in combat. Give Copyfin lots of stamina to work with. Big Thunder coming out. Missing that stun totem onto Mizik. And advantage comes out for the rogue. Got himself a sippy cup rolling. And Copy should be a-okay for now. Earth Elemental is up. Big stamina. Had himself Earth Shield. Waddling over towards the eye. The other way that's not available just yet. Kidney shot by Mizik as he opens back up into Copy. Is he playing 100% crit Lego? I really cannot tell. I really cannot tell. A drone rush is up. And Copy popping in wall. It's going to be Wolves back up for Mizik. Mizik popping in cloak. Maybe he can deal with some of the output that Copy has, even though it looks like Mizik not really getting hit with lightning bolts here that much. Maybe the lava strike? Sunder? Trinket? Actually went for a shot of him for a second. Blinded to Copy. Trinket? That was a bit confusing what happened there for a second. Wait, Mizik could still be dead. Copy's still chasing after him. And he actually does go down. That was a bit confusing at the end. I am honestly a little confused what happened at the very, very end there. But Atherman is the last one left. Waddling over to Copy. Mizik, I feel like, I don't know. I want to say he was running a weird legendary for PvP there. I don't think he was running any of the normal Legos. Someone tells me he was running something interesting, something unique, which is why he played it so differently compared to how an outlaw is supposed to play it. Copy dropping down a totem for stun Atha, walking out of the capacitor. As Copy knows that Atha has plenty of burst. Normal wall available for 30 seconds. No Earth Elemental, so it's going to be a little bit rough. It's going to go for Ascendance. Can he make some damage stick on Atha? Try to make those wind strikes roll. Athaman doesn't really have a lot of ways to generate holy power, so Copy is actually getting quite a bit of damage into Atha. Could potentially get a bubble at him. Try to go for the burst with the Ventier setup. Didn't quite do it. Big stun into Copy. No way out of it. Does Atha have the full burst available? Yeah, Shield of Vengeance. That could pop. That could add on to the extra damage. That is Final Reckoning. Massive last verdicts flying through the sky. The massive Gala slamming down on Copy. Athaman finds himself low on health. Bubbles it. Wildvale for Copy. Copy can only Copy. Needs to survive this. Does go for Ninja Rift. Oh, Athaman trying to get himself a heal. Hex onto the Pala. Does have adaptation. Breaking him out of it though. Trying to get himself an Ashen Hollow. Does he get to? Looks like he will. Copy just needs to waddle out of it. The earlier he can waddle out of it, the better. Dude, that Ashen doesn't look as good when it's a friendly Ashen. Ashen looks so good when it's an enemy Ashen. It just has the like pulsating effect. It looks so spooky. It looks like Athaman tried to force Copy back into the Ashen. This way he wants to be. This way he can get a lot of resources and can throw more hammers at Copy, I believe, right? Does it give you actually more hammers? I think it lets him get access to hammers. At least be able to use them like as if it's wings up. Which does give him quite a bit of resources too. Seraphim available. Athaman could go for a big go. Hodge grounded. Copy actually just outplaying Atha. Still, the Paladin got raw damage rolling. Copy is going to have to be very careful with his health. Atha's health though looking pretty dire. Having to go for Word of Glories instead of Last Verdicts. Yeah, it's going to be wings back up. Copy taking tail and running out of there. as best as he can. Door of Shadows gets interrupted. Hex is available. Atha gets up, and Adaptation Snap gets him out of there. Only Shield of Vengeance as well as the Bop available for Atho. Copy, does he have the mana? He does have the mana. Big, massive heal from Atho, actually. Massive Chain Harvest. Shield of Vengeance could be really bad. Copy trying to get himself some heals. Not a lot of mana left. Does get himself Earth Shield. Could go for an interrupt onto Atho. Try to see if he can get an interrupt. Maybe a stun to Atho. Does get it. Shield of Vengeance is going to pop here. Copy does have a wall for it. Could be anyone's game here at this point. Who has cooldowns coming up? No trick that's available for either one. Looks like Atha has wings back up. He might be able to use them more aggressively. Copy does have a little bit of mana. Try to see if he can bail away from those wings. I think a grounded totem went down there too. Yes, I think it was. Door of Shadows is going to use for Copy. Try to get the hell away from Atha. He's right next to him with that Disorient. Final Reckoning down into Last Verdict stun. I think Atha has it on his Copy. Somehow survives it. And looks like he does not. Almost. Big old grip by a Death Knight immediately from Yandex with a helping hand right after. Blessing Protection is used for Atha, so you can't get out of the stun. Try not to get interrupted by Yandex. I said quite a lot of Shadow and Frost damage is just going right through the Blessing of Protection. That's just so much damage. And I think Atha might be out of it. I think Atha might be out of options here. I think it's over. I think it's over. 49% dampening? Yeah, there's no way. Yo, Copy stood his ground against these boys, dude. Against Rogues, against Palace. Look at that. Healing for Enhancement Shaman, dude. Enhance heals a ton. Enhance heals for quite a bit. I got Pistol Lego, I used Racial, and did Blind. Oh, okay. So you did have Pistol Lego. Okay. Alrighty. It looked like you, because I saw you vanish aggressively. I was like, what if there's a different Lego is running? But yeah. Okay, I see what you were, okay. I guess I got confused then. That's my B, boys. All right, let's get another up and running, yeah? Let's get another duel up and running. But yeah, Capitano, my man. Use Vanish defensively. Unless you know you're going to go for a kill. Misused? Yeah. If you use it like you do in a Mythic Plus, Vanish can be good for like Vanish Ambush to get calm points or buffs. Or a cheap shot to like stop a cast. Never do that. Yeah, I don't play Rogue much. Yeah. Just think of it like, imagine it's like a Mage Tower. PvP is like the Mage Tower experience from back in Legion if you played that. And use everything defensively. Yeah. And it'll actually make so much more sense. Yeah, you actually didn't do that bad, honestly. You actually had Copy on a run for a bit too. Hey, yo, what's up, Ellie? How you doing, fam? I need to swap to EU duels for days. Yeah, Chicago, we got duels tomorrow, man. Don't worry about it, my dude. We got duels tomorrow. Don't worry about it. I got messages. There's messages from the EU boys, but they're showing up on NA as well. Which is pretty freaking weird, Blizzard. Pretty freaking weird, Blizz. Brizaz and Jesus, let's go, dude. Brizaz and Jesus, let's get those boys in here. I think Brizaz didn't get to play last time, did he? And Kryza got a group? Yo, let's go, dude. We'll probably throw Kryza against Brizaz or something. Let's see how that goes, yeah? But yeah, if you play it like it's a Mage Tower experience, like play it super defensively, then it's great. I think it'll basically, like, that'll translate pretty good into PvP. We'll just wonder if you know the names are actually, or does it give the nicknames on the fly. I mean, I do read Russian. So like Copyfin is actually like the shaman. That's his name, Copyfin. The paladin on the team 2, the Russian, Propal. P-R-O-P-A-L. Yandex at the bottom is Yandex Leech. Yandex Leech. It's like letter Y, no, letter Ya, N-D-E-K-S-L-E. Ch. That's the letters. So I give him like a nickname just because Yandex Leech, you know, I could Yandex. I just call him Yandex. It's just easier for me. You know what I mean? I just go with what's easier. Like Athoman. Like I just call him Atho. You know what I mean? It's like very, very similar in that style. It just makes it easier than saying the full name in Russian because I know I'm getting pronunciation wrong if I say it fully. And not to be disrespectful, I just give him a nickname. I think it's just easier. I guess is the best way to put it. If that explains it. Because I don't want it to be disrespectful. And I know I'm going to get... my Russian is not good. You know what I mean? It's been a bit. Switch. We got ourselves Flipson. Going to be first up on the enemy team. 2. Look at actually kind of swanky. This man looks good. What is that tabard? You're looking good, my dude. I like the back. Oh, big damage from Lily though. The Demon Hunter coming out of nowhere. Flipson at no health. Massive Word of Glory. Oh my god. This man got the fattest Word of Glory just now. Fattest wog I've ever seen. Lilithian just went in full dam though. How did you survive the burst out of this Demon Hunter? How did that even happen? Lily going for a stun onto Philip. Is it Philip? Oh, it is Philip. Okay. I thought it was Flipson, not Philipson. Philipson. Like, it's like Philip's screwdriver. Except the only one getting screwed is anyone facing Philip. Because he's the paladin with biggest burst. And he's just getting those hammers a wreck through darkness. He doesn't even care. Big last verdict's coming out. Massive damage on. I think Lillian does immune that last verdict with a meta. Just trying to stay alive. Dodging the other hammer. Needs himself the item. Does he have any healing at all? Oh, and a judgment. Taking him down. At like no health. That was unfortunate. Roton up next. Blessing of protection, baby. He is not. It looks like Roton isn't going for a shatter just yet. Trying to go for Fear to Philip, but looks like Blessing of protection. Fear is. Oh, he's playing Night Fate. Warrior Night Fate, huh? Roton the Fury Warrior. My man's looking like Nazgrim, dude. Looking like a more. He looks actually just like Nazgrim. Mine is like Nazgrim's hair. Great flowing hair. That's going to be reflective for Roton. Does somehow not reflect that hammer of justice. I guess Philipson was very careful to make sure he judgments or something. Going to be a disarm onto the pala. He doesn't even need a weapon to get the damage out. Last verdicts can do damage without a weapon. He just smashes down a gavel from the sky. Literally doesn't need a weapon. That's kind of busted. Roton trying to make some damage happen. If only he had that Mortal Strike effect from the Rampage, he would have been way ahead. Philipson still holding on to a bubble. Roton goes in for a stun shield event up for the Paladin. Roton is out of defenses for the time being. Has to go for Ignore Pain, and Philipson just recovering on health. He's the one in charge here, dude. He's charging in. He's charging in. Roton, I don't know what he's going to do to survive Philipson at this point. I have no idea what you can do at this point. I believe in the warrior dream, dude. But Philipson is just on full health. Lively. Big stunner to Roton. Does have Ignore Pain for a bit. That's going to be back-to-back last verdicts. Hammering him, though. And Roton does land the stun to Philipson. If he can somehow get a bubble out of the guy, that'd be perfect. Reflect in case of something he could reflect back at Philipson. Throwing in them hammers. And last verdict. Didn't even look at him. Didn't even look at him. He's just judging these boys. Not even looking at their face. What is his name? Isprin Sesson? What? Isprin? I almost want to call it Aspirin. Isprin. I guess Ice? Can I call it Ice? No. What would be a good nickname for you? Big Damien out of Philip. I don't even know if I can make a nickname for you before you go down. Bubble for Isprin. I call it Isprin. Is that fine? Isprin. Close enough. Isprin, though, already meta. Getting to meet the neighbors. Oh, big damage out of Philip. This man is just blasting through these boys. Just cleaving down. And as soon as he is out of Isprin, he's out of there. Seraphim, bubble, or shield, wings, I'm out. Nope. Nope, I ain't giving you my bubble. Nope, not doing that. I need that for later. Oh no, I need it for the next duel. With the way this guy's playing, he won't even need the bubble. He's saving it for the next duel, dude. He doesn't need it. He knows the next duel he's gonna need it. He has his cooldowns planned out that well. Just backpedaling away from the other pala. Come on, dude. I know paladins, like, they're not the most mobile class, but you can't backpedal from your own class, man. That's a bit BM. Come on. Looks like Philip trying to see if he can maybe get some pressure rolling. Not a lot of cooldowns behind unless he gets some kind of a proc. He's always out for a fight, though. Isprin, you see he's out in the open. He's like, yo, let's go. Let me generate some holy power. Got himself a Hodge. Seraphim available. Big hammers coming down. Wreck down. That's going to be a full burst wombo combo. Isprin can't get out of it at all. No Shield of Vengeance. No Blessing of Protection. Didn't have... Oh, he did have Eye for an Eye. But didn't use it. G-Funk going to be up next. Trying to lay some traps of survival. By the way, that weapon with that effect looks pretty sick, by the way, my dude. I'm liking that. Your helm and the rest of your mog don't really match, but it looks sick either way. It looks like Philip is going to wait out while G-Funk has him out in the open. Just going to wait him out for a bit, huh? Dampening hasn't even rolled in. If only Philip just went more gun-ho, he would have actually had the world record for fastest paladin duel, I believe. As G-Funk maybe thinking of swapping over. Going to be big kill shots out of Philip. and trying to go for as much range damage against the pallet. Trinket for Philip, trying to see if he can close the gap. Running him almost through the freezing trap. Hard Drive to G-Funk does go for the trinket. Philip taking quite a bit of damage. And looks like the Wake of Ashes stuns the pet since it is a undead rapture. That isn't a disadvantage. If you're running as a hunter and undead pet, a paladin could just stun it, or a shadow priest could lock it down. G-Funk taking lots of hits back to back, full wreck. He needs to walk Philip through a freezing trap at some point. Try to see if he can waddle him over there. Does he know there's a freezing trap? Looks like he broke the freezing trap immediately. Bubble for Philip in case things go bad. Trying to end this duel right now versus G-Funk. Door Shadow's interrupted, and that's going to be a big old hammer coming down. G-Funk trying to go for the last potential button for him, which isn't even a button. It's just the statue. Stone in the other corner is Unstoppable just rushing at Philip with a lasso. I think he's got nothing at this point unless Unstoppable just lets him go. Word of Glories. Whoa. He probably should have let that let a lasso do this full thing. Probably shouldn't have interrupted it. Philip able to get some holy power. Probably don't want him doing that. Actually gonna get interrupted on fire. Philip just continuing to heal himself. That's a totem. I don't know if he Crusader Strike the totem. Looks like he just auto-hit it. Try to get some slows on Unstoppable. Hand of Freedom is available. Let's hope it's Hand of Freedom that can be dispelled. Otherwise, Philipson got himself a good spot. Look at that man healing. Dampening isn't high at all, so I guess he is getting quite a bit of value. Quite a lot of value, let's be honest. I mean, he used Seraphim just to heal himself. He just pressed it just to make sure he gets some fatty heals out of it. So he's in a great spot. Big Ellie coming down with a meteor for Philip with a lasso as Unstoppable trying to make himself some distance from this man. Lava Burst getting sent. Does have a second Lava Burst sent out. I don't know if it was a Primordial Bolt Lava Burst or whatnot. Maybe. Primordial Bolt is up now. Does he have the Lava Burst? Could have himself a big go. Philip avoiding him like the plague that he's going to cleanse since he's the paladin. He's the guy going in and cleansing plagues. Cleansing the scourge of this world. Except Unstoppable is the weirdest scourge you've ever seen. Final wreck coming down. Busted through Unstoppable shield. Massive! Oh! Last verdict doing so much damage. Interrupt Unstoppable on nature. But the Flash Scaff joins the fight. Does create some CC immunity for Unstoppable. Throwing Philip into a Hex. Does have Shield of Vengeance. He might want to use it immediately. Does go for Word of Glory as soon as he can. Shield of Vengeance, does he get it up? Does get it up. A last second trinkets out of the lasso. And needs to get himself more Word of Glories. That's going to be 90% dampener. Unstoppable trying to see if he can end the duel. Rotating the Earth Elemental. Philip walking out of the stun totem. And looks like he's going to maybe try to get himself some line of sight. Actually, no. Now he's going to do it. Now that he's got knocked all the way back, he might be okay. Earth Elemental joining him will actually give him some free holy power. But looks like he already has a shaman around. I don't know if Unstoppable used the wall from Earth Elemental just yet. And Philip needs to be very, very careful in his health. Make sure he's not super low where lasso until Lava Burst is going to end ya. Wings most likely going to be used. Word of Glory saves him, dude, from that Earth Shock. Stunned by the Earth Elemental. Has another Word of Glory. Not even popping wings with this one. He just maintained himself. I guess he's like, dampening not high enough. I'm okay. He's just so confident in his actions. Stun until Unstoppable. Knows there's a trinket available. Does go for the trinket. Final wreck. I'm hoping it hit him. Unless Philipson somehow missed it. Trying to throw all them hammers at Unstoppable. Word of Glory is back to back. Does not have a trinket for this one. Unstoppable is going to be able to catch up on heals. Philip, though, does still hold on to wings. Lasso might time out those wings, potentially. Does Unstoppable have anything to end it here? Maybe not. Oh, last second Word of Glory. Try to make that work. It looks like Unstoppable took him out. Man. Propal is going to be up next. Or Propal. I guess the name would be Lost if you were to translate it. The Lost Paladin is up next. Getting hit with a stun totem, though. He's young, dude. He's young. Inexperienced. He's lost in the thoughts. Or maybe since he's young, maybe lost in the sauce somewhere. Young people tend to be lost sometimes. They'll find a way. It's okay. That was some crazy performance out of that paladin, though, by the way. Philip, absolutely fantastic. Why broke lasso? I think he was trying to hit him with a global immediately off that lasso. I think he could maybe just let the lasso tick out and hopefully got a lava burst proc. But as he was trying to get maybe a lava burst proc, maybe get a slow. Who knows, really? Maybe he didn't break. Maybe he just timed out because he had the R's. Maybe I just missed it. Who knows? Chilling himself for Propal. Unstoppable trying to go for a heal flesh crowd, dude. He gets a juke. Hey, interrupt my heal. There's a flesh craft. And you can't stop it. You literally can't even CC it. Big damage on the Propal. Just Unstoppable just unleashing the fury of the elements. Out of nowhere. And Propal with a bubble down on defenses, man. He's down on defenses. Might be down his luck. Not completely out of the fight just yet. Swapping the wrong person. I'm so sorry. Not out of the fight just yet, but could be really bad. That's a big ticks of Lightning Lasso. Could maybe be something from Unstoppable. Earthshock gets propulsed super low. Word of Glories himself, but we are at 35% dampening. Over 10-minute mark. So this man better get some Word of Glories. Better use him while you're low on health to get the most value off him, if you are going to use him. But also, do you ever want to drop below health with Lasso? I don't think you do. Unless you have a trinket. I don't think you do. He does have a trinket though. He's not completely out of it. Unstoppable does get a trinket back up. It looks like Propel just trying to go for as much mobility as a Paladin can muster. Which isn't much, but he is doing his best. Paladins are not really known for mobility. But Unstoppable and Ghost Wolf can't really catch up to him. I think he's trying to shift out of Ghost Wolf to get a Flame Shock on the guy. Or Frost Shock, and he just can't. Hodge onto Unstoppable. Propal not going aggressive here. Just trying to build some resources. Maybe get a final verdict in it since he recovered on health a bit. Unstoppable does throw in Primordial Wave. He just sees himself a good lineup, a good setup. It looks like he's trying to keep the Paladin out in the open, trying to go for Lava Burst. Does he get the proc maybe? I don't think he does. No, I think maybe now he got a Lava Burst proc. Does he get the setup? Lava Burst flying? No, I don't think he had the Primordial Wave that time. Propal taking a bit of damage from the lasso. He's going to dip him kind of low. Word of Glories that heal him a little, but not nearly as much value as it could be. Big setup, trying to get set up by Unstoppable. That's going to be Juke out of Propal. Shield of Vengeance is active. Unstoppable has his own full Auric Rachel available. While in this, right before stun comes on, trying to go for a Hex out of Propal. Does landed. Trinket by the Pala. And Unstoppable gonna have to play this a little more defensive. The knockback doesn't really reach as far as he wanted to throw the Paladin out. Not interrupted on Nature. Flesh got back up. He still had that in his back pocket. Oh no. And Propal using his wings to back out. Decided last second not gonna do that. If there's a setup by Unstoppable, could be over for you. Nope. Just gonna go for healing surges. Propal got himself flash of lights from the side of the pillar. Still looks like he's going to be able to recover for now. Yet another Hodge on Unstoppable. And Unstoppable just sees himself like a really big go. Is trying to make sure to keep the Frost Shocks out Propal. Dude, what is this? Oh my god, dude. Paladins. They're not mobile, but when the Paladin gets behind the pillar, it looks like it's just... He looks like the fastest man in the world. Lasso by Unstoppable has Propal in a good angle. Lava Burst might be enough. Does he have the Frost Shock on top of it? Trying to Frost Shock him as much as he can. Does he have Earth Shock? Stormkeeper probably could finish the job. Does land the kill. Who's next? Bring me all your Paladins. I'll eat them for breakfast. As Unstoppable, what's the word? Boasts inside of the arena. Copyfin rolling in on the turtle, dude. Oh, 3 for 3. Awesome. Both of them are 3. Copyfin is 3. Unstoppable is 3. On the keyboard at least. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. I guess for Copyfin it makes sense. This is like middle pack on the right. Oh. Whoa, lag. Weird lag. But that's going to be a stun to Copyfin as the Earth Elemental comes out for Unstoppable. Or Copyfin also get an Earth Elemental of his own. Earth Elementals are fighting each other. I'm actually more invested into this duel at this point. My goodness, look at the Earth Elementals go, dude. Ever since Godzilla versus King Kong, that's what I imagined that fight would be. Both of them were Elementals. Copy tried to go for maybe a bit of a Hex. Stun dropping down for Unstoppable. Throwing down Lava Burst. So it's going to be Copy trying to go for a little bit of a self-heal. Those Earth Elementals are useless. Stun onto Unstoppable. Copyfin might be able to make a big go here. Ascendance does join the fight. Stunning onto Unstoppable. Might need to go for some healing or counter pressure. Copyfin does try to go for a heal. That's going to get juked. Does go for his own self heal as the Hex comes out. Unstoppable has a lasso to follow up after that CC chain. On Copyfin, Ascendance down. Ghost's down. Earth Elemental still beating each other up. No, I'm the better one. No, I'm the better one. Like a big bro and little bro fighting each other. Looks like the big bro wins. Are we the little bro? I think the prime elemental is actually slightly smaller. I think the original elemental is actually bigger and at least taller. You know? Lava Burst trying to come out for Unstoppable. I think Copy just gonna take him down. Does actually whittle down. Looks like the Enhancement Shaman beats Ellie. At least at this high dampening. With Phillipson with 4 kills in a row. Well done. Well played. Very well played. Good. Well played for Unstoppable too, man. Dealing these Paladins, getting them out of here. Get a Shaman, woo! Yo, gal, Shaman's actually not bad for PvP. At least in duels, they're kind of okay. They do a lot of healing, dude. How you doing, my guy? Shaman versus Shaman, dude. It looks like Enhancement won this time around. Normally, it's the Elemental that bullies him around. Yes, you got Atho again, another character, Lel. Got with Atho, so is Atho lead? Or what? I'm gonna guess that Atho is lead, right? USL 156, 7, 8, 9. 160. Yo, we got a lot on the duels over on the EU. Asian, how you doing, my guy? 5 out of 5. I guess we'll throw you versus Atho, right? Oh no, Chrysler. Someone left 4 out of 5. I guess we'll throw you versus Atho. Yeah, I guess we'll throw you guys versus Atho. Oh, okay. Chrysler said he's ready now. We'll throw Chrysler versus Cajun. I don't know if it's a different team, new people, or not. Cajun and Chrysler. Fine. I'll check my monk with Atho. I'll join character there. Raffle sounds good. Atho got lead already. I'll get Atho in as soon as I can. Atho got 2 new people. Awesome, awesome. Jesus, we'll probably throw Atho and Jesus against each other, or Breezaz and Atho. I feel like Jesus got to duel Atho. He got to duel Breezaz. He got to duel, I think, Chrysler too, back to back. Was it? Or am I wrong on that one? Am I wrong on that one? I might be wrong on that one. I don't know if I am though. Maybe? I don't know actually. Actually don't know. Sorry, was it queue? LG? Yeah, I got you. Cool. Once one of you guys declined the queue, it makes it that much easier for me to do the thing. Hey, did the thing. Ruins of Lordaeron. Boys, elemental fight. I liked it, dude. I like that elemental fight, man. That was awesome. It was Cracker. Sorry for misspelling the name. He's an amazing fear warrior. I don't know where Cracker is, man. Maybe he's taking a day off. Maybe he's busy doing something else. Maybe he's busy pushing arenas. You never know. Dama dude, what's up, Sam? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one, my man. Hope you're having a good one. We got Quaith Khalud. Ooh, Demon Hunters. Yo, the Demon Hunter in the opener versus that Philip. That was some nutty damage. We never really got to see him like fully play, but that was some nutty damage. Maybe we see an actual Demon Hunter in action because they just do burst. And that's kind of exciting to see. Just because we didn't see Demon Hunters ever. Twitch. Hopefully Team 1 gets some people, but until then, we got ourselves Team 2 with Belly as a Fury Warrior, Kreisbad as a Gesture Warlock. Washed up, we got ourselves Kalashnika? Wait, it's like... Hold on. Kalash... It's like the word Kalashnik. Russian word Kalashnik, which is basically AK-47. It's like the name that you would have for that gun. I guess we got Kalash. As well as Night Pizza. Hasn't got to play at all. It looks like Khalud is going to be first up. Immediate trick versus Washed Up. Stun comes out. Trying to see if he can get behind him. Trying to make some damage happen. Mortal Coil is going to send me in another direction. Tyrant is up. Metamorphosis on top of the Tyrant does stun the pet. There's going to be a big old port for Washed Up with a gate right after. The Hunt does come out. Doesn't get any healing from the Hunt though, as the Tyrant is going to be blasting him. Trying to maintain himself as best as he can. But the Tyrant taking him out. And is that only a 3-man group here? I think it is a 3-man group. But maybe Quailith or Yulora can go for a 1v5. Not sure what happened to the Team 1, man. But hopefully they'll get some more people joining the fight. Maybe they just DC'd. Well, trying to see if he can land a poly onto Washed Up. It's going to be a pet stun, though. Actually, stun, not stunned, interrupted, though, because it was ice form. Either used ice form to get out of a stun, or was pre-ice form and only got interrupted. Mirrors of Torment is going to be used. Trying to get some Frostbolts in. Mortal Coil is going to run in the other direction. Does get a Nova on all those pets. Getting a bunch of blasts onto Washed Up, trying to make those Frostbolts work. I think Quail is just trying to prep himself for Frost Mage gameplay for patch 9.1, because that is looking much better. Washed Up actually assigns himself, shrink inside of it, trying to get a dot onto Quail. It does get the soul raw dot up and running. Quail is going for a big old freeze on all those pets. Fear on by Washed Up onto Quail. It does go for an ice block. Looks like he decided not to set it along at all. Door of Shadows trying to catch up to Washed Up ASAP. Might be able to make something happen here. Here's a Frost Mage trying to build up some icicles with Frostbolt. Looks like it's going to be Fear about Washed Up. And Quail did use quite a few defensives here and there. Got himself Ice Lances rolling up. Going to be more pets for Washed Up with a full-blown Tyrant. Quail better be careful. Does he have Ice Form? Could use Ice Form to break out a stun. It doesn't look like you can. Does have Ice Form though. Is using it here. Frozen Orb right now on all those pets. Quail just taking damage from the Tyrant. Just taking a beating. I think it's over. Unforge. Is Washed Up going to go for a 1v3 here? Unless Yulora got himself 1v5. Looks like Yulora's last one. I don't know what happened to the rest of the dudes. Fleshcraft and Necrolord Feral. Is this going to be the big comeback? For some reason, Team 1 just didn't have all the people there. But is Yulora? Is it their time to shine? Are they just going to go and just bleed up the enemy team? There's plenty of time, plenty of dampening to work with. That's a double stun from that pet. Yulora got a lot of the CC out of the way. is going to go for a bit of a re-heal. Hasn't committed damage onto Washed Up just yet, and Washed Up I think is in a good position to go for a port, sending in even more pets in their Mortal Coil onto Yolora and the Fear right after. Washed Up just trying to keep the cat away as best as possible. Yolora taking quite a bit of damage from behind the pillar. Hasn't been able to touch the Warlock at all. And is going to have to pop in a barrel from got himself a Slime Shield with a bit of a Frenzied Regen as well. Trying to build some calm points off of the pet, getting tagged by a couple of Demon Bolts here and there. Maybe this is the time to shine here. Maybe this is where they roll in. Shadow Meld is going to be able to get a stun. Probably going to be a stun from the pet most likely. Trying to get the full bleeds on a Washed Up. Does he go for the full swarm? I don't think he had the swarm available there. I don't think there goes the swarm. Maybe some damage. Washed Up taking a bit of a rot from it all. Trying to summon more pets, get interrupted on fire. Perfect opportunity for him to get the full Fear cast back to back. Maybe even Drain if he wants to. Is going to summon a whole other set of pets with a Tyrant. And should be lots of damage here. Shadow Fear onto Yolora does duck away from all those pets. But it's only a matter of time until those pets catch up to you. Unless you can maybe juke all those pets, typhoon them into the room. Tyrant has a pretty good angle onto Yolora. Not going to let him escape unharmed completely. And Yolora got himself plenty of healing still. Maybe a reset? Not with these pets. Not with these pets. Stun around the corner, even on a regrowth. Washed Up trying to get some more blasts in there. And Yolora got himself at least a little bit of healing. So far, it's been a little bit of a sketch opener for him. So far, it's been a bit of a rough opener. Hasn't been able to have a big go onto Washed Up at all. Washed Up is just kind of charging at him at this point. Throwing Mortal Coils, throwing more pets. Because he feels pretty confident. Big port available as soon as Yolora tries to commit any cooldowns. It's even mobility. Try to see if he can make the bleeds happen. Second stun from the second pet coming up. Washed Up getting even more. Handle cooldowns up and running for more pets. Gonna be the swarm throwing it at Washed Up. Probably Yolora might have just... Maybe should have just used the swarm on himself just to give him some more healing. Flash Guy getting Shadow fully behind the pillar. Leaping in. Is this the perfect opportunity for him to make a big go here? Interrupt him on Fear. Could be an opportunity. Washed Up does not have a Mortal Coil, but it looks of it for now. Does have himself Battle Master Trinket. Trying to go for more pets. Fear, does he get away with it? It looks like the Fear does go through. And he might just have to wait it out. The bleeds do set in, but the Drain Life I think is going to be able to keep him alive for a bit. Yolora so far hasn't had the cleanest go, it looks like, with Swarm. You want to make sure you have the full dots. And then Frenzy and Swarm. I don't know if you play Moonfire with that build or not. Setting out even more Demon Dog as Mortal Coil after someone in Wildfield. That's going to be Tyrant joining the fight as well if he wants to. Yolora could be in a really bad spot. If Watched Up, can someone get a... Oh, Shadow Meld. Looks like he does get a Shadow Meld off. As long as he can get the pets and get Yolora stunned out in the open, looks like he's not going to be able to. Yolora does get himself a reset. What's up, Psycho? How you doing, my man? Are you going to be joining our duels, my dude? Yeah, I'm a little bit sad that we only had 3 people on Team 1. I don't know if Yolora is... maybe they could do it. Maybe they could squeeze out a win, man. But it's a tough one. Watched Up does have plenty of CC. Yolora just needs to just commit. Just get in there. But they're not really playing aggressive here. Stunned by the pet. Gonna be a Barkskin immediately. Washed Up sending him more pets. Maybe you have to play this carefully. You know, maybe you have to buy your time. Trinket comes out. This is the perfect go all in. Does Washed Up have any way to stop it? This is going to be a Shadow interrupt by Yolora. But looks like Yolora is the one taking more damage than the Warlock. Does get a pretty mean bite in there. But is that bite going to be enough? Curse is up onto Yolora. Probably should go and dispel it as soon as he can. It looks like it is a slow curse. Curse of exhaustion on him. Does have a wall in 20 seconds in case things go bad. Stun onto Yolora. Does Washed Up have any more pets to go for? It looks like Yolora might be able to catch up with a little bit of healing. Does have the full Berserk available. This would be the point to go in for the all-in. But Washed Up is just able to kite him the whole time. I think just because Yolora isn't dispelling the curse. You would think a Druid would never even have to deal with it because power shifting. Fear onto from that Mortal Coil with a Drain Life right after. And Washed Up got himself a second pet available. Could go for a full Tyrant play. Vilefin, maybe a Tyrant right after. Does have full Demon Doggers in there. Could be lots of damage. Tyrant coming up. As long as he can interrupt Yolora in some way or another. He might actually be able to put a lot of pressure. Tyrant actually almost walking on top of Yolora in a good position to maybe get some cast off. Stun around the corner. Does eat one clap of the damage from the Tyrant. Catch himself almost a reset, I think. Or look like a reset for a second. Interrupt. I don't know. I don't know if Yolora has it here, dude. He has a full setup, but the pets are just on him. I think it's over. Yeah. Oh my god. I thought he actually had it too for a second, but I guess it was it. That was quick. I don't know Cajun. I think it was Cajun's team, right? They didn't have full people. That's unfortunate, man. Maybe they DC'd. Maybe they left at the last second. Who knows? Who knows, really? We're good to go. A few changes. Awesome, awesome. What do we get next, though? Cajun, Kaiser got to play. Kaiser's team, I really feel like didn't really get a full chance to play. Group, new people. Let's go. Atham and Brizaz, man. Someone left, another DC'd. That's a good. That's a good. That's a good, my guy. Not your fault. Can we go again? We'll get you in immediately, Kaiser. Well, Thrower versus Jesus. How does that sound? You guys played each other, but it's been a bit now. So I think it'll be plenty of variety. Let's use Brizaz and Atho. I don't know if Brizaz and Atho played each other. They might have already, but I have a pretty short memory. Dalaran Stewards, let's go, dude. Oh, you know what? The next one is definitely going to be the... You know which map it is going to be? It's going to be the... That sand one with the dunes. Uldim one. Toveron. Now go with the PvP? No? Okay, it's fine, man. You don't have to. I love your TM Psycho for a second, because we have another guy in here called Psycho, TM Psycho. And it's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. I think we're the same guy. But then again, I'm also a really bad name, so that's my B. That's my B, I assumed. Alright, boys. Let's get another one up and running. What time is it? 6:33. We got plenty of time for duels, dude. We can squeeze in lots of duels today. Switch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Nunalia? Is that the name? Nunalia. As a Windwalker monk with Cool Dragon playing out the fire. We got ourselves Athaman, Blorin, as well as... I don't even know what kind of nickname to give you. Energy? I'll call you Energy. Close enough, right? Lilithian going up first versus Blorin, though. Oh, is he setting up for the big go? No, he was actually just trying to get the hell out of there, dude. Soul shaping out of there. Blorin hasn't popped any cooldowns yet. I think Lilithian might actually just want to wait it out for a bit. Big old stun onto Blorin. Lilithian just waiting it out. Big hunt. I think he's trying to see if he can bait something out of Blorin. Maybe bait out for the big hunt. I think that's what he's trying to do. I've seen Demon Hunters start to do that. Hunt and then cancel the last second. To make sure they're not flying through. And then you'll see people popping cooldowns for it. Oh, maybe got a cooldown out just now. It's a little interesting how that works out. Going for the big damage of the blower and taking lots of hits. Back-to-back might have to rotate defenses, popping off the sacrifice on the ghoul. More defenses might have to come out as he's going to find himself at no health at all. Lithian, is he going to be able to bust through? That is darkness for him. Blorin got nothing left. Lithian left with a lot of scars, but you are a demon hunter though. Those scars turn into tattoos at some point or another. Who's up next? Is it Energy? It looks like it is going to be Energy. Opening up. Lithian does have a second darkness, and down he goes. Not much you can really do there. On this team, we also got us a Beatrix. We got ourselves G-Funk. We got ourselves Unstoppable, as well as Ice Blink. With G-Funk going to be up next versus Energy. Opening up with a cheap shot. Going for the Night Phase setup. Should be quite a bit of damage. Back-to-back stuns onto G-Funk. And Energy getting caught in a steel trap, stun right after Trinkets out of immediately blind, or G-Funk forcing out a Trinket out of him. Vanish. Is that a vanish? No, it's a Shadow Meld as the harpoon comes out. So he actually avoided it and doubled away. Didn't let him harpoon to him at all, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if G-Funk had enough dots onto Energy. It looks like there's still a bleed on him. Or was. Tar Trap does get the rogue out. Does catch a resell for a second. Should have a flare available. Looks like he busted away from his flare. He just ran away from it. I don't know if that was a good move. Going to be an opener by Energy. Big damage on a G-Funk. Not much you can really do there. And I think it's going to be down for the count. Energy just busting out moves here. He's playing two dances. Shadowy Duel. So he's actually like rotating cooldowns pretty well. Does get himself a reset versus Ice Blink. Playing out as a Boomy. With a disarm. So it might actually be pretty good here. Does get the rogue out for a second. Does he get the dots on him? If he can somehow just get auto attacks on rogue, he'll be okay. Sap! That's super unfortunate. Because Energy just got a bark skin out of him on that sap too. I think he expected for the rogue just to open. How did a rogue catch a reset there? How did the rogue do that? I feel like Ice Blink, if you just right click the guy, if you're just like in combat with him, don't you care just auto attack him in melee? Maybe not for casters. Big damage onto Ice Blink though. It's gonna have to go bear form, popping defenses, trying to heal through it. Energy finds himself rooted. Does Ice Blink have himself a big go? He's a Night Fae, I'm pretty sure, right? He is a Night Fae. He was like a Griffin earlier. So you just need to get himself a good setup on the energy. Energy does not have a trinket, so a big Convoke, I think, could just dumpster the rogue potentially. If only Ice Blink has a bash for it. Unless if the bash is a cooldown, in the next 20 seconds, Energy is just going to have himself a clean reset. He is auto-attacking him through the wall, dude. Look at that. He's keeping him in combat. He's not letting him do anything. Just waiting them out as best he can. Energy at some point is going to have to get himself a reset. Can shot it back up. Trinket for Ice Blink. That's going to be a trinket available for Energy in case things go really heavy. Also has a cloak of shadows in case things again go bad. Disarm, blind onto Ice Blink, and should be able to get himself a full reset. Worst to worst, should be able to get himself a full go. Ice Blink does have a bark skin renewal, so he could potentially survive the Rogue's Onslaught opener. That is maybe Shadow Blades? No, I don't think he's going to be able to wait out for Shadow Blades too long. Getting the shot, bark skin is up immediately. Does have Frenzy Regen, emergency healing, so really his health bar isn't going anywhere. Until this point, renewal most likely try to come out for Ice Blink immediately. Bear form renewal, he wanted to sneak in that extra value healing while in bear form. There goes the Frenzy Regen with a roar onto Energy. With the Thorns right after. Energy has a choice whether stay on him or whether get away. Does go for a Shadow Step. I don't know if he really needed to. He could have just created some line of sight that way. Disarm onto the Rogue. Ice Blink just needs a big old go on Energy at some point. Trying to make the damage happen, I think, without pressing Convoke. Is he going to be able to, though? Is there much damage he can really do? I guess he needs to get those Star Surges in. And also needs to make sure those Star Surges are in Eclipse so they do the most damage. Kid shot to Ice Blink, nothing left! And does shift out of it at the last second. I think he was trying to see maybe he could shift out into bear form or something. Unstoppable is going to be up next, though, versus Energy. That was actually so much damn out of the Rogue, by the way. That was so much damn. So much damn. Energy does land a sap, cheap shot to follow, going for the Night Phase setup, mark for death available, kid shot and everything. So should be quite a lot of damage. Unstoppable, does he pop a wall here? Slime Shield getting used. Energy still holding onto his defensive for now. Light and Lasso onto the Rogue. Does have a trinket for that one. And Interrupt still available if he wants to. Unstoppable is a position where he can't really do much. Flash Cap comes out immediately as soon as he kicks or tries to kick a Nature Cast. So Unstoppable gave him not too many options. Cloak of Shadows might be used for the Rogue here. Try to see if he can Night Fae out of there. Taking a few of those Lava Birds back to back. That was quite a nice amount of procs for Unstoppable. If only had an Earth Shock or something to follow up. Tried to hit him with a Stun Totem on the other side. Does blink away and does catch himself a re-stealth. Very good use of that Soul Shape ability just to get away. Open it up with a Shadow Strike. Immediate Kidney Shot on Unstoppable. Does have a Shadow Step for the knockback. Unstoppable Slime does come back up to give him a bit of a heal. Blind Unstoppable chooses to go for a Trinket off the blind. It was a 2-minute trade for 2 minutes. But it might put him in a situation where next Kidney Shot could be deadly. Cloak is up for Energy. Interrupt Unstoppable, no Flesh Grab this time. Don't have to worry about it for a while. As Frost Sharks come out onto Energy, try to go for reset. Unstoppable has a choice. Either try to stay on Energy or get the hell away. The Rogue needs to get a reset. The Earth Elemental isn't going to let you go anywhere. And now Unstoppable has no second wall in case things really go hairy. Energy does not really have a lot of options. Vanish does get used. And as long as he can somehow survive the eye pickup for Unstoppable, he might be okay. He's going to sap it out a little bit early. He needs to wait a whole minute. I guess by now 45 seconds for the Earth Elemental to be gone. Doesn't even wait. He just goes in. Stunned by the Earth Elemental. I think Energy may be trying to put some CDs on CD. Just trying to put some kind of pressure into Unstoppable. Maybe see if he can get a wall or something out of him. No wall on Unstoppable just yet. Energy tried to kick something. I don't really know what he tried to kick. Something Unstoppable was casting, I believe. Stormkeeper is up. Energy doesn't really have much to stop it at the moment. Does get a Shadow Step. Unstoppable does knock himself off the side of the ledge. And that's going to be Energy popping back into stealth with that Shadow Meld. Being a Night Elf gives you quite a bit of advantage with those re-stealths. Actually kind of nutty. Does go for a Distract Unstoppable into a sap. The Earth Elemental should be fading anytime soon. There it goes. No trinket available for Unstoppable. Does have his own wall. Energy could have himself a big go. Shadow Blades in 15. Doesn't even need him. Cheap shot Unstoppable. Try to get a Kidney Shot to roll off of that. He does land the Kidney. Slime Shield should be up for Unstoppable very, very soon. Lasso Rogue goes in for a Trinket. Is he trying to go for an Interrupt? I think he'll try to maybe see if he can step out, land the kick, but goes for a reset instead. Gives someone Distract onto Unstoppable. Gives Distract him away from the eyes as best as he can so he can get a full reset. Shadow Blade's available this time. Unstoppable has to Trinket back up. Energy has Cloak of Shadows in 10 seconds, so maybe he could have an all-in go with that Shadow Dance, Shadow Blades, Shadow Cloak. Just literally shadow everything. Potentially could be good. Is going to open up with a cheap shot. Kidney shot right after. Trying to make some damage happen. Unstoppable. Got the slime shield proccing. Might have to wall it here. Blind is going to trick it out of it. Doesn't go for the interrupt. He doesn't go for the shadow step interrupt. I don't even know if he had a step available. He probably did. This is a hard duel for a rogue, man. It's actually a really tough duel. Like Unstoppable, like he is gonna get kicked on nature, gonna just cast Fleshcraft. It's gonna be like, oh, he's gonna get shield either way, dude. You can just save it for later. And now that he's got Fire Elemental, Cloak Shadow's up for energy. And he's just not having a good time here. Not having an easy time. Kidney shot Unstoppable. Shadow Blade is available. Does go for the trick. No wall for Unstoppable just yet. Does get a wall in between those stuns. If only those stuns were a little bit cleaner, that would have been lots of damage. Maybe even unrecoverable for Unstoppable. Has the Fleshcraft, so the Rogue isn't even going to interrupt in him right now. Because he knows there's a Fleshcraft available for the Shaman. He'd rather just send Stealth, get himself some sippy cups, get a bit of reheal, and get a bit of a reset. This rogue could go in for a 1v5, I believe, right? I think maybe 1v4 at bet. Maybe it is it 1v5? Has this rogue been the winner through and through, or maybe actually? Maybe. Big kidney shot on Unstoppable. Cheap shot after no wall available. Does he have the big go? Cheap shotting that Sealing Surge. That's going to be Fleshcraft. Not much you can really do to stop the Fleshcraft. That's going to be lots of healing, lots of shields. Lots of healing, lots of shields. And now Energy's in a spot where he just has to eat those lava bursts. And that's not going to feel good at all. No cloak, no vanish. Does he have a shadow melt? He needs to get himself some sort of reset. If Unstoppable just doesn't let him, he'll be in a bad spot. And a full Fleshcraft is back up for Unstoppable. Like a full shield. Shadow stepping on that knockback. Kidney shot. Does Energy have it here? 25 seconds on a wall. Slime shield just keeps giving you that a bit extra absorb. It's just so consistent. Light and last, the trinkets out of it. Unstoppable trying to maybe get a cast into Energy. Doesn't get juke yet. Doesn't get a juke out of him yet. No flesh scout, so he could go for the kick. But he's going to have to be very, very careful with it. 10 minutes in his duel, boys. This rogue's still in there. He's still hanging. He's trying what he can. The one thing that helps him a ton, that most likely isn't going to help him next patch, is just the amount of resets he's getting. That is definitely not going to be a thing in 9-1. Unstoppable trying to get himself maybe a wall in between. Blind trinkets out of it. Healing Surge trying to get interrupted. Lasso. It could be a wall out of Unstoppable. He's kind of low on health. Healing Surge trying to get interrupted again. The rogue hasn't kicked yet. Could be real bad. Cloak of Shadows is out for Energy. Unstoppable trying to go for Healing Surge. Does get interrupted on it. Could be really bad for him. There's going to be a wall as the cheap shots and the kidney shots comes out. Does he survive the onslaught from the rogue here? That is a lot of damage taken. It looks like the rogue does take him out. I think the rogue even vanished to get himself 100% crit. I think the rogue vanished just to give himself 100% crit to secure the kill. And Beatrix is up next and the last one on Team 2. Trying to see if he might be able to get himself a play versus the rogue. Catches that restyle, dude, into a sap, not letting Beatrix pick up the eye. Yeah, the rogues are not going to be able to do this in 9-1. Just catching resets like that all day. Damn. That's rough, man. That is rough. Cheap shot onto Beatrix, trying to go for the most energy. Trinket for Beatrix right now with a greater fade, and the rogue trying to see if he can peel out of here. Beatrix got himself the Lego for a self-heal, so he's got some big heals from time to time. At 41% dampening, pretty good. The rogue again catches the reset. If he has dots, he would only get a reset for 4 seconds. Rogues would have to be popping in and out of stealth pretty often. I still feel like rogues are going to be pretty good at catching those resets, but they just won't have them nearly as guaranteed, because it's only like you get an absorb for 4 seconds when you pop in a stealth. Not on Vanish either. Not on Vanish. Just in popping in stealth. So when you vanish, you gotta wait until you get into stealth field, in a sense. Cheap shots and kidneys onto Beatrix, forcing out this burst. Beatrix kind of running out of cooldowns right now. Might have to pick up the eye. Might have to have a go into Energy, who does have a chicken backup. So you are gonna have to get the dots rolling at some point. Mindbender, if that can join the fight, or Shadow Fiend, that would also help out. Big PI is still available with the Void Eruption. That would help out too. Energy just avoiding him as best as possible. Shadow Crash does hit him with a sap. Does get the rogue out for a second. But he catches that reset with a Shadow Strike. Kidney shot. Big damage. I don't know if Beatrix has anything at all. With a full 100% crit. This rogue just didn't let his boys play. Is that a 1v5? That is a 1v5. That's a lot of damage dude he went through. Almost 1 million. Damn. Thank goodness this is going to get nerfed. Dude, rogues are seeing some nerfs in 9-1. Which, they're also getting some really cool undertones. Like one of them is called Thieves Bargain, right? And I feel like that's kind of how it describes the rogue, at least in my opinion. rogues in 9.1, at least subtlety maybe. So Thieves Bargain gives you more cooldowns, more utility stuff, so you can use Vanish more often, Shadow Blades more often, Feint more often. That's like good stuff. But when you do use those abilities, you reduce the damage by 10%. And I feel like that kind of describes basically what rogues got in 9.1. They got all this cool utility stuff, utilitarian, neat stuff, cooldown reduction, interesting ways of mobility, disarm, tricks of trade, but their damage is going to be brought down. No cold blood, pretty big nerf for the Dagger in the Dark, so it's going to be interesting. It's definitely a nerf, but I think there's still going to be plenty of rogues that'll be rocking and be playing even better with this new honor talents. Call it a gut feeling. All right, Cajun actually got a group. Hell yeah, bud. We can get you in here. Chrysler didn't really get a chance to play. I think we'll throw Chrysler, Jesus, and then Cajun at somebody. Let's do that. Let's do that. Jesus and Chrysler, because Chrysler needs to get a chance to play. His team barely got to play. We'll throw Jesus at you too. So 160, 161. Yeah. Going off now. Good night. Thank you so much for coming by, Ath. Appreciate you for joining, my dude. Thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Here we go. The implement, the only thing I made Rogue win. You think so? Maybe. Versus Jesus? We'll try to get you in next occasion. How does that sound? Oh, big arena. Let's see if we have a group, Cajun. We'll try to get you in. Casino opener and can open 10 times. Oh, come on, boys. Just throw a flare on the guy. That's all you gotta do, right? Just throw a trap on him. That's Buster's friend. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you. Love to see you in action. I can do the camera stuff when I'm playing. What healer is pumping most DPS in PvE and PvP? Healer that does most DPS. Probably Holy Pala. Didn't Warriors get nerfed? Did they? When? For the next patch? No, I don't think so. Not yet, at least. What would the nerf? I think if anything of the buff Fury for PvP. But so far, not a lot of class changes has been made on 9.1 yet. I know Demon Hunters got buffed recently on 9.1 and Sub Rogues to some extent, mostly from PvE perspective. Nothing that would make you guys super scared in PvP. Don't worry, don't worry. The Rogues are getting slight buffs, but not the kinds you want. Switch. We got us a team 1 together with Ke, as well as Kreisbed on the team. Belly on that team also. Lasha, I'll call you Lasha. It's Kalashnik. It's like what, the Russian word for AK-47, Kalashnik? Go Lasha. Or Kala? Kala. Let's go Kala. Close enough. And Night Pizza versus, we got Nibbles in here. We got ourselves Asuma. We got ourselves Yandex. We got ourselves Flip. We got ourselves Vortex. And that's going to be a blind onto Kala. While Asuma going for a bit of a reset. Kala, what are you looking like? We got a Trinket out, Chill the Vengeance out, Bubble down. That's a lot of cooldowns down, fam. No wings either. Oh, that could be pretty good for the Rogue. Not good for you. Cheap shot by Asuma. That's going to be immediate blessing of protection onto Kala. Doesn't have a hand of freedom to combine into the pony, as they are going to get slowed by the poisons. Rip Rat. Yeah, maybe. Kala, I feel like it's the first time we had Kala here, though, dude. That's why we like duels. Getting to see new people. Maybe Kala will be able to squeeze that out of there. Paladins are paladins, you know what I mean? Just pop wings, Seraphim, Hodge, Big Damie. You never know what to expect out of them. Kala, I think try to wait out. Kidney shot does come in. Awesome, but does he have enough damage? I think Kala is just down for the count. But some of you guys that watch Paladins like go for 1v5s and heal forever, some of you guys are probably happy to just see something like that, right? Oh, yes, a Paladin went down. I mean, it's down to a Rogue, another overpowered class. Or at least you guys call them all overpowered, man. Everything is overpowered. Every class is overpowered except mine. I feel like that's what you see in the WoW community quite often, like on forums and stuff. K is going to be up next. Chun is, I never got this mount before. It's the time walking one. I literally never got it. I feel like at some point I would get it because I do do time walking. I guess I should start doing some time walking. They need to increase experience again in time walking. K versus Asuma. K not wasting any time looking for the rogue. I think he is on his scent though. I think he might know he's around. Doesn't get sapped. Well done. You're already ahead of the rogue. Trinkets out of the cheap shot. It's going to be follow-up cheap shot by Asuma as the Shield of Venus rolls up for K. Vanish out. K does not find him though. Super unfortunate. Picking up the other eye. Might be able to actually run into him. Concentration one side. Sap! Actually landed on Sap. That is super unfortunate. Asuma actually walked away from K far enough where he didn't have to deal with the Shield of Vengeance. What a... I can't tell if it's lucky from the rogue's perspective or just... I don't know. I don't know, really. Coco Shadows get used by Asuma, trying to bail away from K. Shadow stepping past him. Did you use Vanish for this too? No. Shadow Meld, maybe? I think he might still have Meld available. Hodge by K. Trinket available for the rogue in case things go bad. Not seeing Seraphim or Wings from the Pala, so he's feeling pretty confident. That his last verdict's getting used by the Paladin. Kid shot onto K, looking for the reset. I think K is just gonna have to go pick it up. Oh, the other eye is down. He's just gonna have to wait until the rogue is coming back up. Just has to wait at this point. Not much can be done in this situation. Asuma just waiting him out for a bit. Trying to see if he might be able to get a Shadow Striker on the corner. Maybe get a setup. Maybe not. Cheap shot. Big go. Big Blessing of Protection coming out for the Pala Blind. Does he have the big go? Big holy one shot. I think he's going for it. Massive last verdict. Asuma does go for a little bit of a sippy cup. And I think a Battle Master Trick just to survive this. Blind onto K. If only K had a Hodge off that. And Asuma did not trinket, so he actually kept himself pretty safe. Gonna be full Vantage, set of Flagellation, trying to make the big Eviscerates go versus K. It does take out a Paladin. Second one in a row. Survived the big burst. The Night Pizza finally able to play the game, by the way. He's been trying to join these duels, trying to get a game going. Finally, Night Pizza gets to join in. And does sap out Asuma. I guess he saw kind of where the rogue was heading out while he stealthed. Does find him. Assassination, dude. He got a vendetta, so he will be able to chase after him. Get a shot onto Asuma. No trinket from him. Bone Spike getting used for Night Pizza. Well done. Boom. Man, that was some burst. Used the vendetta for that one. Bone Spike gave him quite a bit of resources. Asuma probably should have popped a trinket or something. Vanish was available too. And looks like your man Nibbles is going to be up next. A Shadow Priest, a Gnome Shadow Priest. All right, okay. Interesting. Void Form was used. Did go for the stun onto Night Pizza. Nibbles, though, eating a full sap. Kidney shot right after him. And that's going to be Pizza setting up a big old spike. But a fear from the priest gets him in the other direction. Mind Games with Void Torrent. That's a lot of bursts. That is going to be an intro by Pizza, but he's actually healing Nibbles the whole time. Blind right after. And Night Pizza has to go for a bit of a reset. Flesh Cut is actually going to be pretty big here. That's going to be pretty huge for the rogue. We actually almost... I feel like we sometimes see rogues that are Necro Rogues, but not that often. Kidney Shot instead of a Garrote. Interesting choice. I would have went for a Garrote. And then just waited to let time out. The spikes, I think, are pretty amazing for the Assassination Rogue, though. I would imagine it's pretty good. Missing that interrupt, though. Versus Shadow Priest. There's going to be full Shadow Man through Greater Fade. But for... Anyway, I was saying as for Assass, I would imagine the spikes is amazing because there's just extra comp points for very low energy, boys. What's up, Crypto? How you doing, my man? Very low energy required in order to make the damies happen. Garrote off that. Does he have another kidney shot? Does have the kidney ready to go. The Shadow Priest going for the trinket into a fear. Mind Games right after. Void Torrent. Big burst available. If only just let a Void Torrent go, try to go for the execute. This guy got the burst. Stun But Belly immediately goes in for a Blade Storm. He's playing the King's Legendary by the looks of it, so he is going to have Reckless as active. Unless he popped Reckless and Blade Storm together, which I don't think he did. I think he actually still has Wreck right after him. Or does he? Maybe that was all together. Maybe that actually was all together. Actually dodging the Night Fate ability with Greater Fate. Has himself full PI ready to go. Does get interrupted on Shadow. There goes the Blade Storm. I think he does have the King's Legendary then, because he got 2 Blade Storms out of it. As this Blade Storm gave him Avatar. Could be lots of damage. But the Shadow Priest got himself full PI ready to go. Damage is going to be Shadow Mend. Belly is kind of low on health. Might be able to last this. In the execute range almost. Does get the Shadow Interrupt onto him. The Priest yet again. Mind Games reflecting it. And I think the priest actually decided against it. I think he still has the mind games in case things really go bad. Does get a fear onto belly. There is mind games available. It is going to slap for quite a bit of damage. Does not have void torrent. Does have void torrent. Looks like does get interrupted on the void torrent though. Belly getting hit with an executor. I think as long as the priest isn't low, he won't execute himself. That is going to be the pod down. Cries bad is the last one left. Looks like all of a sudden we have a new contender. The Shadow Priest joins the duel, taking down the rogue. Taking down the warrior. Well done. Can Cries Bad deal with him though? Can Cries Bad do much in this situation? Trying to go for a cataclysm around the corner. Shadow Man's getting used. Cries Bad set himself up in a at least a decent position with the pillar. Has a backup in case he needs to bail out of there. The Shadow Priest I think needs to push in and get CC chains onto Cries Bad with the stun, with the silence, maybe a fear on the pet. Does have line of sight of the pet. Actually, you can just go full instant cast as long as you got the void eruption. Is actually in a great spot. Does get interrupted on Shadow. Gonna put him in a bad spot. Crying as bolt is gonna come out. Does get a fear. That's still gonna be full damage that went through. Reflective for Cries Bad. Does he go for a full fear onto the priest? He does. And I think that still mind games Chaos Bolt. Even though the Shadow Priest does have himself dispersed. I don't think. Does the heal from mind games when the priest is dispersed? Since priest is taking less damage. Does that Chaos Bolt heal less if you mind games it? Is that how that works, or does it just become a heal? I don't know how that works actually. Chaos Bolt flying onto the priest actually survived it though. Yeah, I felt like that would have been a pretty big Chaos Bolt, but I guess he got himself plenty of healing. Those Shadowmans just pumping him out back to back while he has the mana for it. But he's taking quite a bit of dot damage though behind the pillar. That is going to be Vampiric Brace available. Trying to walk up Vampiric Brace at Cries Bad. Has PI and everything. Does get interrupted on Shadow though. He needs to be a little bit more careful with the Fellhound pet, but otherwise, he's in a pretty good spot. Mind games under Cries Bad while Vampiric Base is available. Could actually turn the dots onto the pet as well for more. I guess later next time he has it, he could turn the dots onto the puppy dog as well. The Fellhound with the Vampiric Base to get himself even more healing. PI back up and available. Does he have the big go here? Trying to make some DPs happen. Has a lot of haste available. But no Cries Bad to dump it on. That's a bit unfortunate, honestly. Deleted? Dude, plenty. Any horror groups up when dismissed? Oh, it's so good, Briaz. I mean, if you got a group, dude, we could throw you maybe against, I think it was... Not Keith. I want to say Keith, but it's not Keith. For some reason I want to say Keith, but it's not Keith. That still has a group. Where's Keith? I'm terrible with names. Gonna be a Cataclysm around the corner for Cries Bad. As Nibbles trying to get himself at least some kind of dots. Cries Bad catching him in a fear. Is that going to be a go maybe? Soul Rod getting some dots set up. He knows the priest has CC. Another fear into a Chaos Bolt. Disperse. Immediately disperses it. So far Cries Bad had been actually super clean about just staying away from the priest, not getting attacked by him too much. Somehow denying any kind of birds the priest has and just kind of rotting him from a distance. Even though, again, he is not an Affliction Warlock this round. Does it reflect? And that's going to be the priest locking himself out with a reflect. Super unfortunate. And that's going to be Cries Bad bailing out before even the dots can get applied. The priest must be losing his mind. This Warlock is just playing it super safe, dude. He's trying to stay as far ahead as he can. Trying to keep the dots onto the priest as best as possible. That's going to be that interrupt onto the mind games. Locking out the priest. And this is where Cries, I think, pushes in with a Mortal Coil. Does he have the full go? No disperse available. Does have Greater Fade? Does Greater Fade in the last second. Didn't even have to trinket it either. Fear onto Cries Bad and the pet. Does not have a trinket for it. Mind Games is going to be full though. Fear does have a trinket if he wants to use it. Does use a trinket here. Void Torrent. Cries Bad is going to send out a full Casble stun. Soul Rod, I think, is trying to turn the damage around onto the priest. Is he able to? Could go full Infernal. Silence. I think the priest is still in the bad spot though. Does himself Vampire Brace, but that's going to be an interrupt. PI available if he wants to use it. Does get himself pretty big Shadowmans. It's going to be an interrupt. Cries Back up some big Casble. Cataclysm after. That's a lot of damn. I actually thought that Cataclysm wouldn't be enough for some reason. And we still have plenty of team. Dude, Cries Bad is the last one holding the fort. He's got to hold the fort for his team at this point. His last man standing, dude. Last man standing. Fleshcraft available for Yandex. He's gonna have to have a big go, dude. 42% dampening. You're a Frost DK. You better get in there and just slam, dude. Breeze has. Yeah, I do mess it up. I know. I don't do it on purpose, though, my man. I don't do it on purpose, Breeze has. Trust me. I'm just bad with names. I acknowledge it, okay? You gotta acknowledge it too. I know. I do wonder how for Yannick this is gonna be. This is gonna work out with a dual wield playstyle, a weapon in each hand. I wonder how this is gonna go. Trying to deny the succubus the seduction as best as he can, dude. While Cries is just losing his mind, running away from him. There goes the succubus. You see, finally Crisbet can do something. Lichborn comes out for Yandex with his stun to Crisbet, trying to maximize the damage. Does not want the stun. Legendary. That's going to be IBF to make sure he isn't sitting in that stun from the Infernal. Crisbet just needs a port, I think, or something. Does get himself a port. Yandex needs to get the hell over there ASAP. Did Crisbet take the gateway yet? I think Crisbet could still take the gateway. I think he's actually still fine. Yandex has plenty of health to work with. Trinkets out of the Mortal Coil. Does he have the damage? Looks like the cooldowns aren't up. Crisbet trying to see if he can shift out of there. Looks like there's going to be a root from Yandex, though. I think from Chain of Ice. But Crisbet is going to be able to get away for now. Drain life off of that pet. Yandex actually just sacrifices. Like, nope, I ain't giving you a target. Nope, not happening. Does Crisbet have... He should have a portal available very soon, right? Should have his personal port available very soon. The gateway? Maybe, too. Cataclysm on the corner. Yannick is just gonna have to take the dot damage. They just dot and rot. Wait, did I dot even hit him? Oh yeah, I guess it did. It didn't look like his health was going anywhere, but he is burning in green. So he must have an incinerate on it or immolate on him. AMS available. Crisbad needs to get a Mortal Call onto Yandex. As soon as that AMS is down, does have the port to get away, and there goes the gateway. Yandex had full cooldowns rolling there too, dude. That's a full pillar. Oh, that's unfortunate. Crisbet, though, cannot recover in health well. That's one thing that Yandex does have. Is Crisbet can't really recover health super well. Mortal Coil, and that's going to be lots of drain life for him to get a lot of recovery. So if Yandex can somehow exploit that weakness, just catch Crisbet in a bad situation, he might actually be able to do something. Mortal Coils, though, just get some Mortal Coils from time to time into full CC, and maybe Crisbet goes for full dam. Not full dam, just a Chaos Bolt. Just tossing one out and getting the hell away from Yandex ASAP. That succubus just keeps slowing him down, dude. Just already you're a death knight, already you don't have a lot of mobility, and the succubus just adds, dude. Just salt and wound. And there goes Crisbad. Just trying to see if you can rot them down, dude. So much rot from a Destruction Warlock. We know them as a Chaos Bolt slinging masters, but did you know their dots can actually be just as bad and effective as that of a Affliction Warlock by the looks of it, boys? Like, what kind of a build is Crisbet running where you can actually just do that to people? That's messed up, man. Mortal Coil as the stun comes out. No! Oh my god, this Warlock is uncatchable. You grip him, you stun him, and there's always something to it, dude. He's like a trickster. I always thought his Warlocks is like either tanky casters or like trickster version of mages. It's like a rogue and a mage put together. They're more tricky, they're more interesting like that. And I feel like Blizzard made it, dude. I mean, you got port, you got gateway, you got soul shape, you got Mortal Coil as you're getting stunned. Constant fears, succubus to slow you down forever. You can just rot people down as a Chaos Bolt slinging Warlock. You got more dots than Affy at this point. Is this hilarious? Yandex actually going for an interrupt on that succubus, dude. He's banking all his cooldowns though. Yandex have everything. Stun with a Mortal Coil right after. No. Does he have Lichborn? He does have Lichborn. Full cooldowns. Crisbet knew that was going to happen. He knew that was going to happen. He expected it. Yandex does pop Fleshcraft right after. He literally knew that was going to happen. He knew he was going to just Lichborn and try to see if he can make a play. Yandex will still hold on to Trinket, so he might be okay. Shadow Fury around the corner, not much you can do about it. IBF used immediately. Crisbet most likely has mobility at this point. Yandex popping in the helping hand, the Fleshcraft hand, Abomination Limb. But with the slows from the succubus, what can you really do? What can you really do? Except maybe turn your attention onto the succubus. Try to interrupt it for the succubus CC. Crisbet has a Mortal Coil in 3 seconds. It's going to summon a pet. No healing from these two. 69% dampening, dude. You're not healing at all. This is where you want to make a perfect play. Going to be grip onto Crisbet. Yandex is going to hit with a Mortal Coil. Trinkets out of it. Gateway available. No more grip. No more grip. If only he had some sort of mobility. Any other mobility, dude. But being Necrolord, you have lots of damage. But you give up the Ventir mobility, that Nightfare mobility. And why would you ever play those in PvP? Maybe that's why. You actually can't catch this Warlock. He's actually uncatchable. It's actually untouchable. It's actually untouchable. It's absolutely fantastic. Здорово, Михаил. Здорово, Золок. Как дела, мой друг? Hello, hello. Stupid. This is this is possible. I think it's still possible to defeat Kreisbad though. Like, I feel like you need to really be careful with your cooldowns, but man, this is just so much control. I also think this arena doesn't help you much either. But you do have the tools to deal with it. You have anti-slow mechanics for Yandex. You have AMS to deal with the CC before it hits you. You do have anti-magic zone to deal with the damage. I think he's making a Lichborn at him any moment. Looks like it is going to be full Lichborn into a stun. Unless he IBFs it or trinkets it. He doesn't have either one. Going to be full dots. AMS is up for Yandex. But look at the AMS of this high dampening. Just burned through with those dots, dude. And there's going to be actually Transfusion. Not a lot of Death Knights run Transfusion, but it looks like Yandex is. But it looks like he can't really get a lot of Death Strike value. I think he's trying to use Transfusion and Death Strike Kreisbad. He might just have to turn the attention to the pet. Yeah, I don't know. Transfusion's a little bit of a weird play, though, in my opinion. Does have CC immunity with the Lichborn or with the Necrolords. Tries to get a root onto that pet. Kreisbad is just avoiding him until he has CC again. Yeah, this is rough, man. This is rough. Mortar Coil immediately. No Trinket. Kreisbad is just waiting out. Succubus CC around the corner with a Cataclysm. Does force a Lichborn out of Yandex. It has a lot of runic power. Could go for Death Goals. Not a lot of ability to heal at this point though. Super late into the game. Does have the secondary group. Stun to Kreisbad. Is going to go for a big port. That's going to be a Death Pact for Yandex. Can't really heal, but also dampening super high, so wouldn't be able to heal anyway. What did a lot of damage to you, by the way? Was there a Chaos Bolt at you? Because you're just melting. I don't think I saw a Chaos Bolt. Was there? Maybe there was and I just missed it. Maybe there wasn't, I just missed it. Kreisbad actually going for a health funnel into that pet. Yandex at no health. Does have AMS. And actually use some AMS maybe a little too early. Seeing Kreisbad poke around the corner. Has a trinket for the next set of CC. And that's going to be a pet that he can use to sacrifice for a little bit of health. Kreisbad though is going to get resources out of that pet. I don't really know if the Frostman's Fury hits Kreisbad when it's behind the wall like that. I don't know if it actually does anything. But Yandex decided to use it either way. I don't know for sure if it actually hurts. Looks like Yandex is just trying to avoid Kreisbad at this point. I feel like he should be doing the opposite. He should be going in with a big CC chain once he gets to go. Trinket out of the lasso. Stuns on Kreisbad. He does have Pillar of Frost coming back. Succubus CC at the end though. And down he goes. Philipson. Let's see if this man can handle it. Hand of Freedom ahead before he gets slowed by the pet. Fear by Kreisbad as he has tried to set up some dots with a Chaos Bolt to follow. Soul Rot right after. Philipson not going to have a lot of self-heals available. There goes a Succubus slow. Bubble used it very, very early. Seraphim available. And Kreisbad is nowhere to be found all the way on the other side of the pillar. As the gateway, I think he might actually take the gateway in case Philipson gets close. He does go for the gateway. So Philipson didn't pop his big cooldowns yet. He only popped Seraphim, which was enough for Kreisbad to use his mobility. He knows that Kreisbad has a gateway over behind this pillar. He knows he still has the gateway set up. So he's going to have to find a way to deal with him while being mindful of the gateway. Hand of Freedom before that pet comes out. Tried to get a slow to Kreisbad. And Kreisbad is walking away from the port. Big damage out of Philipson. Kreisbad forced to use a wall here. Mortal Coil right after. No more Trinket, no more Bubble available for Philipson. But he still has plenty of range damage. But at this high dampening, Kreisbad just got the advantage with a couple of conflags. And unless you have something, there's not much you can do about it. Actually just whittle these boys down over time, dude. My god. Who can stop that Warlock, dude? I'm more memeing, boys. I think there's a way to beat the Warlock. Like Philipson, I think he had a good idea. It's just dampening super high. Not much you can really do at that state. I think Yandex actually had the tools to do it. I just feel like he would, like, Kaiser would poke his head out. AMS comes out from Yandex before Kaiser even hits him. So he baited out a lot of the CC just by poking his head out. So I feel like if Yandex saved those CC until he had a full go, until after Kaiser's out of mobility, big old grip, big old stun, out of mobility, hit him with a chain of ice, what's he going to do, run away? But hit with Succubus CC or Mortal Coil, AMS. Just start slamming damage. You have the full burst, full cooldowns. Even through a wall, I think that would do a lot. That's a Warlock for you? Yeah, they're pretty nutty. This is like a vanilla Warlock. Fears a warrior all day. Don't the warriors have a natural way of breaking out of fear? Maybe Zerker Rage didn't even give you fear break. For all we know. I really like the arena streams while watching them while eating. What's up, Sayed? How you doing, man? Any groups on Alliance need one? Do we do more? Once in a while I come to play watch the DK. I guess is Warlock a well-ripped mood to play. What, really? Oh, come on, Mezzy. Come on, my guy. I feel like if just a proper use of cooldowns would win. Honestly. If you have space, ask him out. What's up, my dude? How you doing, my man? Pillar humping is the most boring part of World of Warcraft. I feel like World of Warcraft designed at least arenas around pillars. Because if you don't have pillars, then people will complain about classes that are good against without pillars. You know what I mean? Like, World of Warcraft is an interestingly designed game in PvP. And before I thought, like, what if we just remove all the pillars? But then, if you go to, like, back in Legion, I remember people were like, oh my god, Laurels, all these pillars. These classes are only good because of pillars. Even though there's a lot of good players that spend a lot of time with their classes and are playing as best as they can to win, right? What are they supposed to do? Just run out and die? But they want to win, right? They have to play well. But then it's like we got a map of Lordaeron and there's a Death Knight who doesn't have to worry about pillars too much. People are like, Death Knight's overpowered. If you don't have pillars, you're just basically dead. This game is broken. It's like, I feel like you can't win. I feel like you can't win. I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, Yannick's had every opportunity to get a kill there. Just some practice with your cooldowns and not getting baited on CDs would help out a ton. You know what I mean? But yeah, that map is generally a pretty big one. I think maybe that also would have done the thing. Do you think Assassin's Rogue is viable if you don't have Shadowlands? Like for low level stuff? Why shouldn't it? I don't... Like twinking? It's probably not terrible. I doubt it's terrible. What do rogues lose at like level 50 to 52? Do you get toxic blades? If you get toxic blades, then assassin I think would work fine. You don't have mind numbing poison, which you don't use in PvP. PvE is okay too. I'm guessing you're asking for PvP, right? What do you get at high? You don't really get much at high level. I think you get numbing poison at 54 and that's it. You might get something like as an outlaw with blade flurry on initial hit damage. That's about it though. It happens sometimes. Not Twinkie, just not in the Shadowlands expansion. They're like Twinkie 20s, like 20s and stuff. I think maybe. I know that there's a bit of issue with the energy regen with rogues, at least assassin until about level 40 or so, because you don't get venomous wounds for a while, so energy regen is an issue. Unless you can just do a lot of bursts to somebody or to an ad or whatever. Like you're talking about leveling. Technically anything can work for leveling, but if you want to be efficient, I think Outlaw is the most efficient one of them. I could be wrong though. It's been a while. Actually, leveling, by the way, is really interesting, especially at low levels. Have you ever tried doing a dungeons level 10 warrior, proc warrior? You're literally shield slamming and auto attacking. That's all you're doing for a good portion of gameplay. Taunting, shield slamming, auto attacking. You actually don't have a lot of cooldowns. It's so weird. Until 50? Yeah, I mean, you probably could make it work. I'd say just give it a try, dude. Just try dungeons as a sass. And if you feel like it's too slow on energy regen and it feels like it's too much, play Outlaw. I think you'll like it a lot. Outlaw generally has better energy regen. I think early on, energy regen is a little bit better for them. Assassin gets better energy regen after a certain level, but if you like the gameplay, I think I remember leveling as Assassin for a bit, and it's not bad. As long as you can get all your dots in the opener, like things will die. You will kill things, even with Phantom Knife spam. I've been wrecking my mind about how to come out in the PvP build. I need help. Yo, man, if you want to hit me up on Discord, DM me when I have free time, man. I can let you know like what build I'm running, what Legos I'm rolling, what stats I'm rolling, and what stats I've seen people roll. But I think it's there's a lot of plays to play Outlaw right now, but I think the right way to play is with the green screen Lego. I think that's the best Lego for us. You can play with 100% crit Lego, but I don't think that's the way to go. I think Outlaw is better as a sustain spec, not as a burst spec. And I think what people make one thing that people do wrong with Outlaw is they like the blind aspect of it, the short blind, and they're okay with the damage. They just feel like it doesn't have burst. They'll just play like a crit Lego, and they'll try to play like a sub rogue. They'll try to do the most burst in the opener, and it's like, yes, you can do that. It's just not as effective. What you want to do most likely is play it more sustain, play it more as cleave, and I think it's gonna have better cleave in 9-1 too. I mean, subtle to rogue in PvP and the Ramon Coldblood, so I want to learn new class. Go for it, yeah. New class? Wait, you just level a new rogue then? As a sass? You don't think you need to level a new rogue if you already have a max level one. But yeah, Coldblood getting removed. I think rogues are going to be fine. At least in arenas, they're going to be okay. In just personal damage is going to go down for sure. But I think they're going to be great in groups either way. Like with a mage, you'll still be nutty. Like just tricks your mage while he goes full combust. Like it's actually going to be insane. It's actually going to be insane burst. And then you can do it every 30 seconds. Outlaw is solid. They're just going to rework 9-1. They're getting awesome work done in 9-1. I like it. They're getting more like a brawler, like survivability heavy playstyle, like a duelist playstyle, which I really like. They're really making them be toe to toe. They're giving them buffs for being out of stealth in combat for as long as possible with stamina, extra center strikes, which is a buff. That'll level my rotten legendary. You could get the rotten Lego too, yeah. Rotten Lego shouldn't be that bad. Rotten Lego isn't terrible, but they are trying to also remove the rotten playstyle by reducing the damage the Dagger in the Dark does. So you are losing a Cold Blood, Dagger in the Dark combos. Rotten is still going to be okay. I still think you'll end up playing the crit setup for Rogue. You'll probably play Thieves Bargain with shorter vanishes and more dance or Shadow Blades, honestly. I think some most rogues are going to end up playing. And you'll do pretty decent damage, but you'll go for like CC chains. Like you'll lock people down in a BG while others hitting them. As for like rogues being able to solo people in one shot, I think you'll get them pretty close to low health. I think in some cases, if you just go all in and they just don't shrink it, you could one shot people. But I think they're just trying to like have that rogue double shadow strike one shot. You know what I mean? Like sub rogue already has lots of cool things to bring to PvP. I just think when two sub rogues go into an arena and they just want like, literally delete somebody in a single global, I feel like it's where it's too far. You know what I mean? I think that's what Blizzard's trying to remove. But hey, maybe you think that's normal and you think that should be fine. Or maybe that's balanced for you, you know what I mean? But you could easily just put yourself in the shoes of whoever you're bursting down. Like, what if you're the priest in the arena and you just get global by rogues like that? Do you think it's fair? A rogue player would say yes. I think everybody else would say probably not. You know? My outlet is my heart, that's why I follow you. I'm hoping there'll be some really, really cool stuff for Outlaw. I really want to try the PvP aspect once 9.1 stuff comes out. Look, it looks really exciting. Tricks down, got a plus 50% for your teammate, but it was 10 for yourself, 10 for teammate. Outlaw work, rework, and controversial. I don't know. It's 10% damage to you, 10% for your teammate, but if you're running with a healer, it was just worthless, right? Especially if you are on a heal but that doesn't do damage. I feel like 15% more damage to your ally in a DPS situation is going to be better. It's going to be more throughput for your ally, more cooldowns. And if they're a bursty class, I feel like a bursty class with 50% more damage is probably better than you giving 10% damage. I guess Subtlety is a pretty bursty class, so I guess it is definitely a nerf, but I think it's still good because that's how rogues used to play before, right? You're going from no tricks, you're going from having tricks as it was to no tricks to having tricks back. And rogues used to play just fine with tricks. With your outlaw, subtlety, or assassin. You were CCing, you were setting up control, you were setting up the kill, your ally was doing the damage. That's usually how it's been. Like rogue dealt good damage, meaningful damage, but it was a team game. Like you buff your ally. I think it's good because it's a talent that makes your partner stronger on 30-second cooldown, so you can use it often. Every single kidney shot, your partner can have a go. So I guess it's going to take away a lot of the power from the rogue and going to emphasize the control aspect of the rogue. But having your partner like a paladin popping wings, now he's sending 5% harder, that could still one shot. Like you're still going to win games, I guess. Or like mage, think of any other class. Technically it is a loss, but none of the specs had except for outlaw, and you weren't really playing outlaw, and now all specs have it and it's only for your partner like it was back in the day, and it worked fine back in the day. Would you rather play Assassin, Rogue, or Subtlety? Me, if I had a choice of only two, I'd probably play Assassin right now. I think Assassin is kind of cool. Sub is great. Like, don't get me wrong. It's fun in RPGs. The one-shots is cool. You know, the burst is kind of nutty. It's lots of control. It's really, really cool. But I'd probably end up, like, focusing on Assassin because I could still PvE as Assassin. As Subtlety, you can't really PvE. Like, I'm trying to buff him, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think it's good. You're coming with half tank, half straight DPS outlaw. Yeah, I think it's good that they're trying to make a brawler out of it, right? It's going to be definitely interesting. And also increasing the value of your Blade Flurry cleave. Like the buffing cleave damage by 50% from Blade Flurry. That's really good, you know? Because they actually could make Outlaw a strong cleave playstyle, like sweeping strikes from warriors. If Outlaw can do similar damage to a sweeper strike warrior, that would be scary. Put two people together and you're just cleaving them down, dude. That could be scary. And you're tanky like a warrior. You could have all these abilities, all these passes rolling to be tanky like a warrior. And you can get defensive cooldowns like evasion and fade back quicker. That's nuts to me. That's awesome. This sippy cup to heal an ally when you use it could also be interesting. Like they're really doing new things, right? We don't know if these are going to be good, but they're better than what we had. They're fresh, they're new, they're exciting. And I think that has potential. That has enough potential. We'll try them out. Hopefully people will give it a real solid try because people have like a really bad opinion of Outlaw. They're like, oh, it's not subtlety most of the times. because sub can do all these cool things, one shots in PvP. Like Outlaw is in a much better situation than where it was in BFA, but still, you know, convincing the community otherwise. Like when you have a guide come out and everybody's like, oh, that's a popular guide, what does it say? Oh, this is best. Okay, that's locked in my brain. Put the key in, lock it, it never changes, right? Like at the very beginning, people thought that Sub Rogue was the PvE single target boss spec for Casanothria. So people were like, why aren't you playing Sub for Casanothria for this fight or that fight? And it's like, well, it turns out Outlaw is a much better spec for this raid because of the way the fights are censored. They buffed Assassin, now it became a lot better for boss fights, but still Outlaw generally is better. But people were told Assassin is going to be the best PvE spec because it was doing really well like in the early alpha beta for the damage until Blizzard started doing like adjustments left and right, you know, tweaking some of the dials. But people still had the mentality of like Sub is the best PvE spec, so I had people popping in on stream, why are you playing Sub? While all the logs that were performing well overall for all the fights overall, Subtlety was pretty far down, and Outlaw was the one that was the better raid spec. So it's like with that community perception, you're trying to fight an unstoppable force, right? It's gonna keep moving. However perception is however perception is. I can maybe chip away to change one opinion at a time, but you can't change the full perception. What you can do is just make some videos on it and just raid as an outlaw and kill bosses, and I guess I can change people one by one or not care about player perception at all, right? So then I'm just kind of hoping not too many people like understand that the player perception is there. You may agree with it, you may disagree with it sometimes, but know that it's there, right? And then just being able to like, because a lot of people fall into the player perception kind of like, it sounds bad, but like, you know, sheep in a herd kind of deal. Like if one sheep goes off a cliff, everybody goes off the cliff or whatever. Because sometimes players have one perception and it's not exactly correct, right? Not exactly based on logs, based on data and stuff. So it's good to recognize, I guess, that it's there. I don't know. Well, I actually forgot what I was talking about. Straight up forgot what I was talking about. I went on a tangent. Rogue rework, Outlaw tank, subtlety control, Assassin DPS. I think that's kind of what they're trying to go for. Yeah, I think they're trying to give subtlety like a bit more control. Assassin is going to be the DPS spec. Outlaw has the tanky capabilities to it. Sorta. We'll see how good they are. You're becoming mixed class and not a bad at anything, but not really good at anything at all. Outlaw, well, you're good at cleave, right? You're good at surviving. You're good at standing toe-to-toe with the enemy. You got gouge still. You have cooldowns back faster, like evasion. Like the other specs don't have it. Like you thrive in combat while the other specs thrive in resets. So I think that's what it comes down to. But again, we'll see, right? We'll see. Imagine traditional DPS class have a tech specialist like Outlaw or Ice Mage Tank. I think at some point maybe people thought, what if we had that? Like for a while, apparently, I didn't know this was a perception from Priest community, but apparently people always thought the Disc Priest was meant to be like a tank spec of Priest. Until somebody in like the WoW classic community was like, no, that's silly. No. It's just supposed to be like absorbs or whatever, or maybe some damage, like half and half, healing and damage. I was a bit more control than my Fury Wear. It's pretty control-y. I mean, everybody's going to be getting the same control, similar control with it. Dismantle, for example. But like Gouge, you still have Gouge. But if they can make him tankier so you can stand up to other classes more often or a little bit easier, it's going to be fun as hell, dude. I think it's going to be super cool roaming, doing world PvP or even BGs and just 2v1ing and you're super tanky. I think it's going to be neat. And if you have great cleave, just get in between of people, just start slicing and dicing, pop an evasion. You got cooldown reduction, get your evasion back quicker. Like, you're going to be surprising people. It's even more unexpected stuff. Pamela, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Asima, I have a group of 5. Yeah, I think we're going to call it, man. It's 7:25. My coffee. I've been running on coffee all day, boys, and I'm strained. I am crashing. I actually feel like falling asleep right now. So I might just do that, dude. I think I'm drained. So we might have to do the duels next week, boyos. If PTR isn't completely... because PTR has been really laggy, really unstable this week. If PTR is better tomorrow, would you guys be down? Or I guess next week. Would you guys be down for PTR next week? Maybe do like EU duel Friday. And then if, let's say, NA is usually Saturday. But we could open up Saturday for like PTR. So NA could join, but also EU could join. We could try some new class stuff and new Legos. And there will be a kind of the idea, oh, hey, copy a character over. But please play some new Legos so we can see some new like play styles or whatever. The more new play styles or on a challenge to run, the better. just to see, like, just to make sure that, just to be like, the whole point isn't to win duels, but try to play the new stuff to see if players can make it work, right? I think it'll be a perfect testing session, right? It'll be like, we're doing duels, but there you are to test, like, encouraged to test new honor talents, new legendaries, new anything, right? Anything new. So that we can see like what looks broken, what looks busted, what looks hilarious, what is just completely just not working at all. I think it'd be great. Yeah, I'll think about it for next week. How does it sound? 1 coffee per day, man. Don't overdo it. Yeah, I only had one, but I woke up. I was super sleepy. I didn't get enough rest at all last night, so I just had a coffee to keep me going. Just got crazy new combos. That's what I really want to see, is like destruction. Like Chrysler trying to use the new talents, dude. Like porting people onto your gateway, or using that crystal thing to see if people walk out of it or not, and stuff like that. I think it'd be really, really neat. You know, so maybe we'll plan for it next week, if you guys would be down. But I think tomorrow we got NA duels. We're gonna try to have some NA duels. If for some reason NA can't play, yo, EU hang around. You might. I'm hoping NA can play, dude. We had Lord Palo, we had Chicago, and that was enough to get some teams in there for NA, man. And we had a good bit of fun. We had a lot of fun. We enjoyed ourselves. It was great. I still think I have quite a few duels from NA that I can export out to. Love the streams. Hope you will be all right the rest of the weekend. Maybe I see a PTR live streams. It could be done this weekend. Yeah, maybe not this weekend, but next weekend. I could totally do that. We could plan something. The PTR stuff, but I'll probably be doing some PTR stuff maybe Monday if I get all my alls done this week, so you can do more PTR testing and stuff, boys. You know what I mean? I'm down for it, dude. I'm down for it. I think it'd be really, really cool. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. Going to be another one tomorrow, so hopefully you guys have a great evening and a morning if you're Australia for some reason. I'll see you boys tomorrow for another 5v5 1v1 duels over on the NA. And start downloading PTR. If you guys are regular, start downloading PTR. Maybe we'll do PTR next week. Get your character all set up. Get your Legos. It's buggy this week. It's laggy this week. Hopefully it'll be less unstable next week. If it is less unstable, like pretty steady, nobody's DCing, we might try PTR stuff next week for duels. That would be cool. Try new Legos, honor talents, all that stuff. You know, see what kind of crazy shenanigans we can get into. But anyway, boys, thank you so much for popping in. Appreciate you all so much. I'll see you boys in the next stream. Alrighty, peace.